What's up, everyone? Daddy Warbucks here, and today we are continuing our playthrough of the Tomb of Annihilation. After traveling through the tomb, trying to find the source of the death curse and put an end to it, our party has had a bit of misfortune. On the third floor of the tomb, Dangerous, the cleric, has fallen prey to one of the traps and has been devoured by a swarm of ravenous magical locusts and unfortunately passed away. The party has just still reeling from this turn of events. They have retreated down away from where Dangerous had fallen, and they were taking a rest to try and regroup and recover before they continue their exploration into the tomb. After Dangerous passed away, Zolt was able to open the sarcophagus and was possessed by the spirit of Aijin, whose flaw has made him even more reckless, which is not great because he was already distraught, and that's going to be a whole lot of fun. And so when before I swat the map and we get going, I said I had surprises for you all before the stream had started. So I'm gonna gift you with the first surprise right now. So I have been having a bit of a conundrum with this campaign since we've entered the tomb, and that is that you all requested from me a more difficult experience, and inside the tomb there's supposed to be this ever-present malevolent force that is the Tomb Guardians, right? And the Tomb Guardians, they pop up periodically, they harass the party, and then you go about your business and whatever. And so far I've been finding the encounters with the Tomb Guardians lacking, because they're just big HP sponges. They don't do anything really cool or scary. So before we started, I wanted to let you know that I have altered the stat blocks for the Tomb Guardians to make it even more interesting whenever we have the misfortune of experiencing one. So just wanted to let you know that the Tomb Guardians we experience moving forward are not the same ones that we have experienced so far. Yeah, great. I know. I'm excited. It was good news. It's gonna be great for me.
It is good news.
All right. So the wand looks like a model of DNA. That is straight from the Dungeon Master's Guide. I don't know who did that. All right. So I'm gonna take us back to the Vault of Reflection map so that we can continue. Now remember, we had just retreated back to the water hallway, and we had taken a long rest. And as we are... Get out of here, Gibby. You're not here today. Yaka could just stay with Gibby. That's fine. There's this plague that keeps getting passed around the party. First you had it, and then Urs had it. Now Gibby's sick. All right. Yes, you all took a long rest, so go ahead and recover those if you haven't already. So as you are finishing your rest, you hear a voice come out of the darkness. It just simply says, "Hello?" And when you wheel around, you realize you cannot see the source of the voice. Even those of you who have dark vision and can see normally, nothing there, right? Which brings me to the second surprise I said I had for you today. Because, Godfried, how is it that you've navigated the tomb up to this point?
Somebody had a light on my shield.
Yeah, Dangerous would cast light on your shield.
Oh.
And Dangerous has passed on. So right now you should be sitting looking at nothing.
Yep, that is exactly correct.
Yes, yep, and that's because there is sadly no longer a dangerous to cast light on you. So somebody, if I remember correctly, I think somebody's gonna have to use a torch.
I think Disco might be able to see me. Everyone else. No.
Does some one of the artificer features do that?
It's
I can
something.
give
like
you
5 feet. Yeah,
That's
I can
something
give
to
you
figure
5
out. But
feet.
also, there is there's this disembodied voice talking to you right now.
I hear voices in my head all the time. This is nothing strange.
I think most of the party does at this point.
He has also hears voices in his head. It's nothing new.
Voices, monkeys, we've heard it all at this point.
Oh, Zolt, just because
Yes.
it's fun, when
Yeah.
Aijin talks to you, you swear he talks in Dangerous's voice.
Oh, great. Yes, lovely.
That's so screwed.
Has he said anything to me recently?
You know what? There's a disembodied voice trying to talk to you right now. And immediately, Aijin, in Dangerous's voice, is gonna say, "Shoot it with the wand."
Well, okay, where is it? Like, I mean, I don't know where it is, so I'm just going to point
south.
towards it with the wand and shoot it.
Just to the south.
Yeah, just to the south. I'm going to point the wand of wonder to the south and trigger it.
We're really gonna make Targ reroll already.
I don't know. Look, Dangerous told me to do this.
It is what
perfect.
Dangerous would have wanted.
Result here,
So-
Dangerous.
18. That would
Yeah,
be a gust of wind comes emanating from the tip of the wand, blows in a 60-foot long line from where you're standing to the south. Each creature in the line must succeed a strength save or be pushed 15 feet away, which is currently Godfried, Rana, and the mysterious disembodied voice.
Bam.
Everybody passes. So this gust of wind just comes. Oh, Rana gets pushed.
Is it against my spell save or the wand spell save?
It's the wand spell save.
Okay.
I spring breeze.
Yeah, and the spell save for any wand spell is always 15.
Okay, noted.
So mostly just everyone's annoyed.
Stop that. It's not very nice. How did you get here? How did you get here?
I can't see anything.
There's nothing to
That's
see.
unfortunate.
Oh.
How did you get here?
Is
The
anybody
door has been
able to
closed for
light a
70
torch or
years. How did you
something?
get here?
We walked.
I will
Result can
light
light
up.
torch.
I'll light up Ursk's shield. Or not Ursk's, I'll put light up your shield. The
You
5
have the
foot
light
light.
cantrip?
No, the Artificer's a thing where you can
Oh.
make a
The
glow
it's like
5 foot
candlelight,
radius.
right?
yeah. You have
Like
a you have
it's
a
like 5 feet of light.
congratulations. You have a survival horror flashlight.
Is it
Zoltan
now? Is
can
it
make-
literally just 5 feet of light, or is it 5 feet?
5
and then
feet radius. Just 5 feet radius light.
There you go,
Zalt can
buddy.
make fire, but Zoltan have torch. Also, Zalt hearing voice. Ask how Zalt get here. Zalt not sure what to do.
So once the light is emanating from the shield, all of you are now able to see the figure that is standing nearby.
Oh. Hello.
So you can see a elven-looking woman with a bow in her hand and a notched arrow after the wand incident. Very dirty clothes, long hair. Long hair. You can see a very dirty kind of almost, but lots of blackened stains on it, like yellow sash that goes across her body, from shoulder to waist.
Do you work for Asarak?
Did you get in here? The door has been closed for 70 years.
We just opened it.
Just opened it.
Is closed
Yeah.
again.
We
But
got the
opened,
cubes,
yes.
we put them in the socket, then we opened the door, we walked inside.
I've been here for 70 years.
That's impressive.
Well, I have talents.
We've only been here for like 3 days. Someone's already dead.
Oh, I was tracking you. Is that what happened to your fifth?
Sure.
You see Rana stops to do a count on his fingers. Yeah, fifth.
Sure.
Yeah, 5.
Were you able to recover anything from the dwarf in that room?
You got a gemstone? Right? One of those things?
Zolt
the-
find. Not sure, friend or foe?
She's not shooting us yet.
You used a wand on me. What do you want me to do?
Well, Zolt, Dangerous tells Zolt to use wand, so Zolt listened to Dangerous.
Was that the one? What?
You.
He has voices in his head.
Yeah.
Most of us do.
Zolt not only one with voices in head, okay?
Yeah, so
Did you survive in here for 70 years?
I'm an elf, so I don't age like whatever you seem to be. And I have the spell that keeps me alive, and I'll hold out my hand and that's good berry.
No.
Take a berry out, eat it. I'm good for the day. Anyone else need a daily
Sure.
substance?
I thought you would have survived off of a variety of lichens and cave mosses.
You. Why would I do
What?
that when I can make these? That makes no sense.
They're very nutritious.
What is Elf's name? Undead not have names. So if have name, not undead.
Edra. My name is Edra Nunian. You can call me Eddie or Edra, whatever you want. That makes no difference. I was here with another group, as I said, about 70 years ago, and we got separated. I know that the dwarf is in that room because I've triggered the opening, but seeing his body in there left me not willing to enter alone.
So you've been down here for 70 years by yourself.
Yes.
Okay.
Where hide for 70 years and not get attacked by Tomb Guardians?
Well, they would attack me if they came across me, but as you recognized when I first started speaking, you couldn't see me in darkness. They can't see me in darkness either.
Zolt confused.
Why?
Zolt does not understand.
Become invisible in total darkness.
Huh. Neat.
Yes. Well, it's a handy trick, and if you are wanting to avoid and or severely cripple things that are attacking. I'm just happy to see other people at this point. I was
Yeah,
not
no.
sure how long of my life I was going to have to spend in this abominable place.
Yeah. Isolation for almost a century can get you.
Well, Zolt is dying. Zolt is me. I am Zolt. Zolt is going to kill Asarak because Asarak Tomb killed Dangerous. Zolt friend.
How much information do you have about what's been happening outside?
Here? I've been here for a long time. None, I would assume.
Okay, I just wanted to check, if you get a newspaper or something. So,
It's a newspaper.
you're more far gone than I thought.
Didn't have
Zolt confused.
news.
Rana, you were in a mirror for 100 years. What do you mean they confused?
Yeah. I lived in a society. We had, broadsheets that came around and told us the news. It's normal things. Right? Anyways, that's off topic. We have a lich to kill. Long story short, these fine gentlemen have told me there's a curse going around where if you die and have been brought back to life, you're dying again. And now you can't talk to anyone who's dead. And apparently, this is the place where it's coming from. I'm just here for general revenge.
All right.
I lived in Omu. I assume you know what that was because you're old like me.
Yes. This is the city we're in, right?
It is.
Yes.
Well, then yes, I know where we are. It's the same as the temple hasn't teleported in the last 70 years as far as I'm aware, so Omo, yeah, that's where we are. There's a curse that affects the people that have been resurrected. Okay, got it. And why are you here? Why is there's a curse here?
Apparently, the rest of them here are here because a Sararak is apparently behind it. I'm just here to kill a Sararak.
Sarac make death curse. Death curse makes Zalt
Lich.
dying.
Yes, okay.
Zalt not want dying.
He's a lich, wears a big black robe, terrible taste.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, I suppose I could help you kill this Asarak for now.
Yeah, we can just open the door and you can leave.
Yes, I would like to see if anybody of the Yellow Sashes has survived.
Your elves probably did.
Well, they weren't all elves, of course.
Yeah.
We'll see, though. All right. Well, I suppose did you take care of the room with the tile floor?
Yep. Opened up the casket, got the voice in the head.
Yeah, Zalt, get this. And he holds up the Wand of Wonders.
Right.
Yep.
Then you
And the
shot
spooky
at-
ghost inside of you.
Got it. Okay.
Can you blame him? Everything we've come across in this dungeon so far has tried to kill us. Why take a risk?
I mean, most
Also-
things in the dungeon don't talk to us. That was weird.
Well,
Dangerous.
Godfrey, you
Big.
could do what our friend has and sit here for the next 70 years, take no risks, and probably not come out of it as well.
But when the door is closed, there's not a whole lot you can do as far as risks go. You can wait and hope that somebody opens the door.
Why not wait by door?
Well, that's obviously where a bunch of Tomb Guardians would be.
Well,
It's-
I remember Tomb Guardians that door when open.
Did
door.
someone say Tomb Guardian? This might be a good time to introduce the new and improved Tomb Guardians, because as we sit around and deliberate, let's go ahead and roll initiative as one pushes his way through the water curtain to the south.
It's going to be like He Who Shall Not Be Named. Anytime we say the phrase Tomb Guardians, one shows up.
Don't put that in his mind, dude. Come on.
I think it'd be funny.
Isn't that what just
Which is why
happened
I'm in
though?
support. Yes, it's exactly what just happened. Aseric has programmed like a new spell. Like anytime someone says these two words, it like makes them detect your location.
Can someone
Okay.
create any more light? I can't see anything in it.
It's to the south.
Barely anything
Go that
around
way.
me.
Go that way.
Zalt could have light torch, but Zalt's busy now. And I'm gonna point at the Tomb Guardian. Godfrey, it's there. I'll point
You
at
can
it.
probably hear it.
Oh yeah, it's very loud.
And then, well,
It
Zalt's
is
just
a
gonna
survival horror game.
Zalt's just gonna do what Zalt knows to do, and Zalt bolt at it twice times. Ouch.
One hit.
I'm gonna guess this one.
Yep.
And then Zalt's gonna back up and end his turn.
Okay, Earth's gonna rage. Why is it not coming up? Or my angry icon? Angry icon. Two angry icons.
Oh no. We broke it.
No angry icons now.
It's because I did it at the same time as you. There we go, we fixed it.
Fine. Put it back, but no. He's going to angrily swing twice at this Tomb Guardian because Brower.
Yes. 2 hits.
Oh, there we go. And then Ursk will end his turn there.
I'm gonna move back to here. Can it see me?
So that is certainly a question, isn't it? No, you are hidden. You are not in the light, so you are invisible to anything that relies on dark vision.
Yeah, I thought we
Bonus action
established
hex.
you survived 70 years because they can't see you.
Well,
He says it's new and improved, so I'm just making sure. Bonus action hex.
oh, yes. So the blue one is for Spartan. You're gonna get the green one.
Ooh.
First attack. So 24.
Oh yeah.
So second attack. 6. And this is the dreaded ambusher attack. It's a
Yep.
critical hit. So I'm gonna go ahead and use a Eldritch Smite on that one.
Yeah. All right.
Oh, you're complicated.
That's. I'm sorry. The dread ambusher. I haven't programmed it yet. I apologize. So
No, you're okay. You just start throwing dice out, and I have a calculator, so.
So it's going to be for the final one. The critical is going to be the smite is 8d8 because of the 4th level.
Right.
Plus 2d8 for the dread ambusher. Plus, and I'll do the hex and everything else on top of that.
Sure.
So we'll just do this.
So there's 10 and 8 and 12. Piercing critical. You have the piercing feat too.
No, I don't know why I did that.
Oh, that was your extra dice.
Yeah, it's the extra die.
Yeah, that was the extra D8 for the crit.
Okay. And then
Okay.
it's then the hex
Is 7d8 that you still need,
What?
right?
No, I need for the smite. It's 48 times 2, so 8d8,
Okay.
and
cool,
then
cool.
2d8 for the dread ambusher, so 10d8, and then the hex. I haven't done it on any of them yet, so
All right, so roll 10d8.
46.
roll 10d8. Okay.
Also, what attribute did you hex?
So 41 on top of that.
It doesn't matter. Okay, and then we need 1, 2, 3 hex rolls.
3 hex.
4. 4. There was a crit.
4 because one's a crit. So
Okay.
2, 3, 4. All right,
15,
that's all the
17.
damage.
All right, which is a total of 88. And just enough to bloody it.
Cool. It's my turn.
Okay. The Ultra Chad Tomb Guardian's turn. And, well, I guess you're standing right here. It's gonna attack you twice.
Oof.
Rana.
I'm sure it'll be fine.
Oh, I think 15 is a miss, is it not?
Yep. With
How about 23?
and hit for 36.
Okay. That's it.
I'm fine. I need to update my tokens.
Then it's your turn.
Let me double forgot to do that. Go, and then minus 26.
36.
36. All right. I'm fine. I'm great. Doing fine. Doing just fine. Feeling great. Let's go ahead and do I have anything relevant? Not really. Might just disengage. I think in fact I will disengage and move away.
Wow. Okay. Nobody wants to play with me.
You punched me in the face.
Not true. Ursk is right there. You want to play?
All right, so disengage. You got anything else?
I takes an action to put down my turret, so
Godfrey.
Guthrie's gonna So trying to make his way down, see what he can see. Oh, it's bigger than they were before. All right.
It's right. It is the Ultra Chad Tomb Guardian.
Well, okay then. So yeah, I guess
Says it right
Godfrey's
there in the
going to
name.
move in, and he's going to go ahead and start attacking. I guess.
Miss.
Woo. All right, I'm going to go ahead and action surge. Actually, I'll use a bonus action to try and shove it prone. I don't know if it'll work because the old ones it didn't work, but cool. And then 3 more attacks.
Can't you still print with that? You're just not pushing it.
Well, it still has the immunity to the condition.
Oh, cool.
All right, 18 and 20 both hit for 14 and marked.
Yes, indeed. That'll be me.
Let's say a blue. All right, Zolt again.
I mean, Zolt's gonna Zolt it up, you know?
Hit it
I
with the
don't know why.
wand.
Wait, am I hearing that from Dangerous or am I hearing that
Ooh.
from Warbucks?
If I said both, does that count?
I mean, it's
I
too
think
late.
it
I already
does.
rolled the Zolt bolts.
All
but-
right.
But I will keep it in mind for next time, and that is Zolt's turn.
Yuki. Driscoll, go ahead and swing 2 more times. Because I like to hit things. That one that first hit is a crit. Based on his
But
what's
still
that
has a
stupid
19.
thing called? Well, yeah.
So we have, just hit it again. Ooh, sorry. So 17, 22, 25. You got it.
And the second hit. Oh wait, no, you did it. Okay.
Yeah, I got it.
Well, fine. Wait a minute. Does that take brutal critical into account?
No. I think you can check that as an option on D&D Beyond.
Oh, it doesn't because it's not counting as a crit because of that item.
Yeah.
Here, I'll just
Oh,
take another
better.
9 away.
That should be right. Oh wait, the second one didn't hit, did it?
No.
Okay, there we go.
Okay.
We good.
All right, you drew.
We got that.
Second one.
2 hits. And X's.
I rolled it 3 times accidentally. Ignore the third one. So 18, 28.
All right. And it's my turn again. And we're going to pummel Godfrey because you're right here. 21? Is that a miss?
Yeah, it's 26 at the minute.
Oh, oof. Can I hit on a 26? I can't. Not with that, though. All right, Rana.
Alright, cool. Rana will. Let's just go ahead and pop a Ray of Frost up. Why not?
A
Have some fun.
ray of frost.
Bam! Blammo! Does that hit?
Yes, it does.
Alright, he takes 8 cold damage. That's it from me.
Unless I realize I'm doing this wrong. Okay. Godfrey.
Godfrey's just going to go ahead and carry on attack. Oof.
Oh. Yeah, I'm an idiot. That's okay. We'll just fix that later. Yeah. All right.
I'm guessing
Miss,
3 misses.
miss.
Yep, it's my turn. It's no longer marked.
Hey, Duke. Zolt.
Bolt. Price times. Oh god. Oh god. Never mind then.
Hey, now it's almost like I did pay attention. No, you see, because I borrowed this ability right here from another construct, and I thought it only accounted for leveled spells, but no, it applies to cantrips as well.
Wait a minute. Why is it not rolling brutal?
Wait, really?
Oh yeah.
Oh, wow.
He heals for 8.
Hold on. That's not right.
Wait, you... Oh, why is that not right?
Yeah, because it's not accounting for brutal critical.
1d8. Oh, yeah, it only rolled 2d8.
Anyway.
No,
there.
no, it did. Look on the other side. There's that on the right box.
Oh, now I see where it is.
Yeah,
It's counted on
it
the
says crit
weird.
4. That was a third d8.
Weird.
Yeah, it is kind of weird. So we have 11, 22, 27, 34 on both swings.
Yes.
All right.
Easier enough. Finish it off.
I'll do my best. And
It's a hit, and I'm pretty sure it's just dead. Okay. Alright, next time, my pretties. And that will end combat for us.
Yeah, so from first-hand experience, that sucks.
what? Getting hit by those guys? Yes, that's why I tend to stay a good distance away if I can.
Yeah, no, he just kind of, showed up behind me and gave me a hug.
Ooh, what?
He was just there. Poof. Like you. Kind of like you. Also, where are you? I can't see you.
I'm right here. I'm moving to the light for your sanity's sake. And move there.
Oh, it's a little late for that.
Kind of squint a little bit as I get in the light. 'Cause I'm not used to it.
Godfrey, do you have torch? Zolt can make fire. You're muted.
Somebody else was able to carry it, though, since I need one hand for my shield and the other for my sword.
Zolt holds up his two things. Zolt have shield and thing too. Zolt can't hold torch.
Anybody have a free
Yeah,
hand that can handle a torch?
I do. I could make myself a target. I'm fine with that.
Great.
And I kind of hand a torch over to Rana.
I'm sure this can only end well.
Can Ursk carry torch with tail?
Goes away when I get normal.
Oh.
What's the is it 20 and 20?
I think so.
Or wait, no, that's light. Isn't torches 15-15?
No, it's
Here,
20
I have
20.
a light torch.
That's the same as light.
I just checked it.
Yeah, I'm just stupid. I think candles. Let me think candles.
2020.
Such a great year.
Let's see if that's too annoying. No, it's not. So you see how now most everything has that orange tint to it? That's the light from the torch. So now, in addition to the radius there, if you're anywhere orange, oh, it's real noticeable on yours. Actually, it's on everybody. Is that obnoxious? Do you guys want me to turn that off?
Well, I like it.
Fine.
It's good ambience.
Doesn't bother me.
It's only really noticeable on like the dark vision characters.
We're in
Okay.
a small room, so it's really hard to tell. Like, it just made everything a little bit orange.
Yeah, it doesn't matter to you so much. Like it's just, but
Here,
to
I will do this so you can see the difference.
I can't see the difference.
no, it's fine. They said it didn't bother them, so.
Cool.
All right, so if you're in the orange, you're not invisible. And I'm gonna turn off the light on. Or
Yeah.
not
Well,
the light.
wouldn't that still be relevant if he's not near?
Yeah, I think there's
Rana?
no reason for me to put the thing on Godfrey to off. I'll just keep it on still.
Right.
Because he can't see anyways. If he like runs off after something.
No, I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not turning off the light from
Oh.
Godfrey. I'm just turning
Gotcha.
off the aura radius because it's not relevant. Because he'll always be within the torch. All right. Anyway. So now what?
Well, Zalt have all these balls. Zalt not know what to do with them. He
Oh, yeah,
shows
so-
his balls.
I have this scarlet one here.
Zolt has
Raising?
seen.
Zalt doesn't add extra words to sentences he doesn't need to.
I pull out a similar
Hold on.
ball that I have.
Do
My bag.
warlords have genitals?
This could go.
Not unless they were created with them.
Well, as Commander Data says, he is made for,
Zalt was not constructed with balls. He wouldn't need them for what he was made for. No. In this case, the balls he's referring to are the numbered balls that we've been collecting.
When you
Noted.
show those, I actually reach into my pack and pull
Zolt is
one out.
wholesome boy.
I have a red one with the number 2 on it.
Ah, okay. Well, Zalt have these letters. Zalt not sure.
yes.
Rana say
Well,
number,
Where
Dangerous
did
say
you get
letter.
yours from?
Where I found it in my travels in this hellhole. And you've got to admit, this
Yeah.
place sucks.
We found some on the walls. We found some on the dwarf corpse, right?
Zalt, yes.
Did you find one on a Tomb Guardian before?
I don't think so. We about to find one on Tomb Guardian.
Did somebody say Tomb? No.
Oh wait.
Well,
Two.
we should move on. Is there anything else up that way? I don't remember.
Wait, that means we have
We
6
haven't
now, right?
investigated through here yet.
6.
Okay.
We just went further up into the room with the tiles.
Like the tiles. on my
Idra
phone.
will be able to give you information about that tunnel. It's just a loop that goes back up to the north. It's also where you would have found the Scarlet Eyeball. But there's literally nothing in that direction.
There you go. That's what's that way. I guess we should go back through the waterfall.
Have Idra find place to put balls? Possibly?
No. Not,
Okay.
not that I can recollect.
Zalt keep eye out for hole.
Okay. Are you making a pun or something?
No, Zalt not make puns.
Very well. Let's leave. I guess. I don't know. You
Yeah.
lead the way. You're the ones who made it into this tomb. I'm just trying to.
I'll find more of those netherese.
Um,
Find more of those
yep.
netherese writings.
Godfrey's gonna go and find one of those tridents that we had before.
We might need one of these to get through.
Right.
Go pick the tridents up again.
Yeah, and same as before, the trident will materialize, allowing everybody to pass through safely since we know the gimmick.
Yeah. And then we leave Gibby behind.
We know what's down through here.
You are.
No, you haven't been that way.
No.
Your knowledge of unexplored areas is on par with the party. It's partly how you stayed alive all these years, not being too curious.
That's one way to do it. Yes, I don't didn't do much exploring as your bugbear friend had mentioned earlier. I decided to be inconspicuous in my travels so as not to die like it seems my other party members.
Zalt think maybe if other room have ball then alleyway like this with ball at end, maybe this alleyway also have ball at end.
It could be. It could very well be. Do you want to go in there?
Zalt want, yes.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
For dangerous collect balls before dangerous be eaten.
So dangerous is a person, right? You're not describing something.
Dangerous was Zolt's friend.
Dangerous is the comrade that's no longer with us. He
That
died
was-
in the room up
Name is
there.
dangerous. That's interesting.
Dangerous and Zolt come from other world, not from this world.
Oh, that's neat.
Clearly.
Yeah.
Well,
where Zolt and Dangerous come from, Dangerous normal name. Zolt normal name.
Oh,
All right. Well, good to know. Do we want to try and check down this smaller town?
yeah, why not?
I suppose I can go in there. Just don't shine light down there in case there is something like bad in that area.
Zolt will follow and not make noise.
You'll stand conspicuously far away.
Yes, the one that's glowing with the torch. If you could not shine the light down there, that would be.
Will do.
And I'll start squeezing in the bend.
I will follow.
All right. As you start scooting through, rounding the bend, you see that it opens up into a 10-foot by 10-foot room. The room is unremarkable, and it looks relatively clean. The only thing of note is scrawled on the wall in yellow chalk is a single word, and that is safe.
Have you run across any other areas that have words scrawled on them?
What language
so-
is it?
It's in common.
Zolt not see any writing in common. Zolt make Bell to read Omuan, but Zolt not see common. No.
Maybe one of my compatriots came down this way. It is written in yellow. That was kind of our color. It's sort of.
Zolt not sure. This uncommon for Zolt.
A company in yellow banner. Maybe one of my companions came this way. I'm not sure. All right, I'll keep traveling down to here, so I can see.
Oh,
out.
yes. This room is gonna need some describering. All right. As you round the bend from the safe room, quote unquote, you find yourself standing on a balcony. There are two balconies that face each other over a very long and vast pit. And you can clearly see from one end to the other, regardless of your personal dark vision, as there is a lit torch on each balcony. So there's one over here emitting light, and there's one on the far end. Between the balconies, you see five wooden platforms that are hovering in midair. You cannot see any hooks or ropes or anything that is suspending these discs. You can just see them slightly swaying as they kind of float in the space between the balconies. On the eastern balcony stands a rough-hewn, 15-foot tall statue of a hulking demon with furled wings and clenched fists. Through the gaps of their fingers, you can see that there is a dim light coming through each of his clasped hands. One hand is a whitish light, and on the other it's a brilliant red. At the back of the western balcony, you can see that there is a staircase that descends to another landing down below. And let's see here. Zolt, Fickle-Eyed Jinn urges you to I'm sorry. One more piece of information. In the western balcony, across the gap, next to the torch in the wall, you can see there is a rusted lever in the up position. Now, Fickle-Eyed Jinn urges you, Zolt. You must pull the lever. What harm could it do? And Kubazan, I believe that's Ursk.
Who's
Yep,
Is Ursk here?
Ursk, he's right behind you.
Oh.
Fearless Kubazan insists that you jump across the platforms to show your bravery, even if others are better equipped than you to do so.
The light in the hands that's coming through the
I'm
hands.
trying to. Can I see the platforms from where I am?
Should be able
Easily.
to. Yes, yeah, you can see. That's what these big things are.
Well, I meant in terms of trying to like look over people and.
You can see, like, of course, you'd have to kind of crane your neck to look around everybody, but yeah, you can see them there, especially since this whole chamber is illuminated.
Ursk is gonna kind of
Wait,
muscle.
Zalt have idea.
Okay, you work on your idea. I'll work on mine. How long of a jump does this look like? 10 feet, and how going vertical?
Yes, so there is space, well, like from the balcony, it's like 15 feet to the ceiling. From the balcony to the floor, those with dark vision can see that the floor is about 100 feet away. And then are you trying to evaluate the gap from the balcony to the bench? And you see that? Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out where these are relation vertically.
Vertically, they're 15 feet to the ceiling.
Oh, that's fine. Ursk is going to jump.
Okay, is this a running jump?
Hold on. Need to look. Yeah, I need 10 feet. I'll tell people to back up.
Okay, and your strength score. I think almost nobody here has like a strength below 10, right?
I do.
Who said that?
Edra does.
You have a strength below 10. All right, so you would actually not be able to make the running jump. Okay, everybody else would be able to make the jump. There's no necessary check in order to jump from platform to platform as long as you have a running start. However, since Ursk has already declared he's going to make the jump, he's going to be the one to demonstrate. So he runs across, he jumps, no problem. He can clear the gap. However, as he lands on the platform, almost envision like a floating raft on top of water. So as he collides with the platform, it kind of gives, and it is, it kind of sways a bit, and it is difficult to find your footing and be successful. So you will need to pass a dexterity or acrobatics check once you land on the platform.
No.
That ain't it.
Right.
So
I need that.
Okay, all right, yeah, if you want to. So he runs, he jumps, he hits the platform, he immediately tumbles off the side and starts to plummet the 100 feet to the bottom, and then Zalt just feather fall, you're good, and he lazily lists to safety.
on the ground, right?
On the ground, yeah. So now you're on the bottom, 100 feet away.
Do you need a hand up?
I actually think this is better for Ursk.
Because
he has a climb speed.
Ursk can climb. He doesn't care.
Yeah, now he can just walk to the other end and climb up.
Okay, what I was going to do is look at the statue where you said there's light coming through his hand.
Yes.
Does it look like I could put one of the eyes in the hand? Or is there not like
Nope, there's no real gap. Okay. There's just this ever so tiny crack between like the stone fingers, and you can't quite see what's in there because it's whatever it is, it's giving off the light, but you can see that there is something in there.
Do you have a way of opening that?
Salt will try and open it with his hands.
Well, it's a solid stone statue, it doesn't budge.
Yeah, but they asked the question. Salt will try. It doesn't
Yeah,
work.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay, well,
Sorry. I had to click
that looks too far for me to jump. So
Zalt can Zalt need to go touch that lever real quick. If Edra not make it, that's okay. And I'm gonna twin cast spider climb on myself and Edna, and then just start walking along the wall
Okay, that works. That
over to
works.
here.
So when you get to like right here, can you make me a perception check?
Oh yeah, sure. Let me come right back to there.
Yeah,
Perception.
yes, perception.
Yeah. Why can I not just hit the button for that?
Should be able to, yeah.
Perception.
Cool. All right, man. So
Yeah,
yeah, nothing to notice. You keep walking across. However, as you get to the halfway point, right?
Sure.
You're crawling on the wall, and
Mhm.
you aren't really paying attention. You put your hand forward, and you touch like a recess on the wall. You take your hand off, and you look, and you see it's like a carved relief of like a closed eyeball, right? Except when you remove your hand, the eyeball opens, right? And it's not like an organic eyeball in the wall. It's still just a stone relief. But as the eyeball opens, you feel something very concerning. And that feeling would be your hands becoming unattached from the wall as you begin to fall backwards as the anti-magic zone has rendered your spider climb inoperable.
Well, as soon as I start falling, I feather fall myself.
Well, I did just
I
mention
guess
that
I wouldn't.
anti-magic
Yeah,
zone, didn't I?
yeah. I guess. I guess I'm still in it then. Then yeah, I fall. I suppose.
Yes. So let's see. Well, how does it work? Man. Anti-magic. I don't know if the spell is suppressed until you leave the zone or if the spell fails because you tried to cast it in the zone. I think it's suppressed. So you cast the spell, nothing happens. You fall like 40 feet, and then you get what would be 60 feet from the ground, and then you start to fall slowly.
Nice.
That's how we're gonna do that.
Okay.
he's still concentrating on the spider climb. If I like, I'm trepidatious about this, so I'm at the start climbing up the walls. Is it still working fine for me?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Yeah, he hasn't taken any damage, so he's still concentrating.
Okay. Oh shoot! I didn't mean to look that. My bad. Clicked the wrong thing.
As Salt's falling, he's gonna say, "Eyeball not friendly," and point at the wall where the eyeball was.
So,
Walk over to under.
Idra, do you just want to get across?
Sure.
Okay.
I can do it, but I kind of limited on my spells. But if you have a way of getting us over there, then by all means.
Just climb down. We'll find a way up. It'll be fine.
What's Idra's passive perception?
16.
Okay, I think that still might be the highest.
Godfrey's is 16 as well.
Okay, we don't have
From where I'm
24. Go on.
from where I'm standing, am I in the anti-magic field?
No, that was it. So it was about the midpoint, and it was about 30 feet because you guys saw Zolt fall like 30 feet, and then the spell resumed. Here, let me.
print this so I can read it. Or that's a cool way to split it.
Visible token. Yeah, vortex warp. Okay, and we're going to. Why not? We'll
Vortex Warp
use-
is what's in my spell infused object, so I get 10 free casts per day. So I can get you 90 feet, which would get you
Wait,
to
no.
the
because it's your spell infused object. Didn't we go through this before? It has to be a weapon, and then when you strike
I haven't-
someone with the weapon, you get to cast the spell. Unless I have misinterpreted that way wrong, because I thought that was the whole thing. Is it's in the weapon, and then with a weapon strike. Which I mean, you just have to
Let me
bonk.
go double check the feature.
Yeah, I'm reading it right now. Spell storing item. When you put it, you can touch one simple or martial weapon, or an item you can use as spellcasting. Well, there's a clause right there. You store it in your focus. While holding the object, creature can take an action, produce the spell's effect. Okay, so yeah, I was way off. Ignore me.
Okay.
So
You made me character act as Ron for a second, thinking I was crazy.
90 feet won't help me. I can't make
Yeah,
the
I can
jump.
get you.
I'm not big enough.
I could just upcast it. I could just actually cast the spell and get you across.
Oh, if it's up to you.
Do you have any way that you can get the last distance yourself, or if we can
Dude,
get to?
I don't really want to. I don't really
this is
want
the midpoint.
to saddle myself without the resources.
Or about time
I'm
as
gonna-
soon
I'm
as they
gonna-
advance forward, nothing's happening.
Oh,
no, you guys
If
are
I'm gonna
good.
saddle myself without the resources.
If you're
Ursk
not
is
using
climb up.
magic, you're fine.
Actually, Ursk is going to give Zolt a ride to climb up if he wants.
actually, I just
Yeah,
realized the easiest thing.
that will definitely want it.
Rana will hand you the Yakula and tell you that you could just cast it yourself, and you could go and then cast it again. It has 10 charges, so just use
Well,
2.
While they're arguing, Zolt gets over here and pulls the lever.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Great. Wonderful. All right. The pulling the lever is going to do 2 things. Okay. Number 1, that statue on the opposite end opens its hands.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, actually, that's nothing too terrible. Inside its hands, you see 2 crystal eyeballs, one white and one red. And the second thing that happens, howling winds begin to rise and fill the room. I need everyone. Yep, literally everyone to make a wisdom save. Can anybody pass a DC 25 wisdom save?
Nope.
My wisdom is +5.
Okay, so you can roll if you get a net 20.
I can make someone go over.
Okay, yeah,
with-
so everybody roll because we have
Flash of
flash and
genius.
yeah. Okay. So Spartan, could pass, so could Idra.
I could give it to. Who is more important? I can only get one of you.
We don't know this bitch, right? She
Oh, Zolt. So
Zolt
close.
also out of
It's like
range.
100 feet away, so...
Yeah,
So far,
Zolt got so close. I would rather Spartan succeed because Godfrey is important.
Okay, everybody that fails takes 21 psychic damage. Spartan who passed will take half.
is this a trap?
No. It doesn't say it is a trap. It is just the effect from pulling the lever. It causes the psychic winds to wail throughout the chamber, and the platforms begin to sway and rock violently. Also, this goes away. This right here. You're gone.
Nice. Well, I don't want to spend any more time in this room. But I want to meet our friends over on the other side. Do you want to get over there real fast, big guy?
Zolt have idea. Zolt can make Ursk and Zolt over there where y'all are fast, but Zalt want to see what upstairs first. So Erskine, Zalt check stairs fast and then come back.
Let me just to take inventory. What does everyone want to do?
Godfrey's going to go ahead and grab those 2 crystal eyes.
Okay, you got them. Got crystal eyes. You notice they also are numbered. The white one, if you can't see it here on the map that I keep moving around, the white one is labeled IV, and the red one VII.
They are numbers.
You want to get over there, big guy.
I think we should all stay together if we can, so sure.
All right, I'll dimension Doris over there.
Okay, so Idra and Godfrey dimension door to the other side. Zolt and Ersk said they wanted to check up the stairs.
Zolt wants to check up the stairs. Ersk is undecided.
Okay, and what about you, Rana?
The bottom is not magical, right?
The bottom
Like the bottom of the pit isn't magical, right?
that
Or
you
doesn't
that
have
you-
the anti-magic field.
You don't know about. I mean, it's invisible.
As far as we saw.
I don't know. It may be down there. Whoa.
All right. I won't jump off my winged boots. I'll just teleport twice.
Still concentrating on Hex.
So okay, you could certainly do that. You teleport to that one there. Okay, let's have you do that, and then we're gonna stop and take inventory, right? Because the psychic winds, it affects everybody each round, and since we just did another round of actions, we're gonna resolve all those. Zolt, perception check, please, because you were checking the stairs.
Yes, I can do that.
Okay, there's a secret door at the top of the stairs, and you have noticed it. You two teleported, no check necessary there. Rana teleports across the chasm, landing on one of the rocking and swaying platforms because of the psychic winds. I need a athletics check or acrobatics check. It is your choice, but whatever you roll, it is with disadvantage.
And that's hold control. Yes.
Yes. 18. That's actually sufficient. You do not fall off the platform. All right. Now that that's all done, let us all make our wisdom saves for the winds.
Can Godfrey do the action before this happens, or
No, because I mean this is all the round, and he was getting teleported. Well, after the action, he's gonna pull the lever, and it's gonna end all this goofiness. So.
Okay, it shouldn't have been there twice, but I will use this thing that I forget
Favored
that I
of the
have. Favored
gods.
by the gods.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
To
so you're
not
gonna
fail it.
pass. It looks like everybody else fails. Rana, I don't think
Wanna
Flash
go-
will help anybody.
Yeah, doesn't seem like I can save anyone.
Okay. All right, so it is only 16 this time. You take 16 if you failed, 8 if you passed. And then after everybody reels from the psychic damage, Godfrey runs over, pulls the lever, the wind stops.
That is exciting.
Zalt finds secret door at top of stairs.
Godfrey's going to come over and like hold out a hand so that Rana can like hop across and he can try and help.
Catch me, Godfrey. I will jump and flutter the last 5 feet with my winged boots.
no longer Hex?
Oh, why would you do that? That's not no. All right, man.
Hey, what
This is
happened?
me.
Well, you all have drawn the attention of the gods. They've
no.
seen your plight and your trouble through the
No.
temple, and they have found that you are deserving of their blessing. For the remainder of the stream today, all of your dice rolls, your your checks and not your damage rolls, your d20 rolls, get an automatic +1.
Oh, cool.
Hell
Right.
yeah, thank you.
Thank you, gods.
We
That's
appreciate that.
Appreciate it.
I don't. I'm trying to. Do you not see the
I'm
title?
happy.
Do you not see the title of the stream, Doug? Like,
No.
I'm happy Dawn doesn't have her cash card right now because
Yeah.
Dawn would donate a wandering monster to us.
okay. All right. So we're on this side of the wall, and
Is Rana here with us?
they just need to teleport one more time.
I just jump. Godfrey said he would grab me. I have winged boots, so I can just fly.
Okay.
We see that hallway down there, right?
Yep.
Let's check up the stairs first, and then maybe check that hallway afterwards.
Okay. Zalt also sorry for pulling lever and making hurties. So Zalt going to make a new spell Zalt never cast before on all of us.
Oh.
So
Oh,
everyone
that's a
heal
good
for
one.
17.
Thank you.
Here is.
Yay!
That's
Yeah.
a pretty good roll. Oh, it's about mid roll, I guess.
Would you like me to check for traps up there?
Oh, sure.
I'll save you the
Good
trouble. There are
idea.
no traps. What?
Okay.
You're Dungeon Delver, correct?
Right.
What is your check, like your bonus to check for traps?
What do you mean?
Because it's gonna give you like +5 to check for here. Let me.
Yeah, it's like a bonus to passive investigation
Advantage
checks
on
to check for
perception
patterns.
checks. It's just advantage.
Yeah. Well, that's +5. Like monetarily advantage. When you are estimating its value, it's +5. So what is your passive investigation?
Passive is 14.
So 19. You have a passive 19 to check for traps and trapdoors.
Okay.
Okay. So yeah, keeping that in mind, same as before. If I know there's something, I will tell you. Saving time. All right. Anyway, you open the door. It's not trapped. You just push on it. It opens, and you find yourself in a large chamber. Inside is a 15-foot deep by 15 feet wide pit that dominates the center of the room. At the bottom of the pit, you can see an 8-foot tall clay figure standing motionless besides an ornately decorated stone chest. A silver key hangs from a cord around the figure's neck. Up on the level where you are standing, you see 2 9-foot tall stone statues that stand atop columns on either side of the pit. A third column against the southern wall stands empty. One of the statues depicts hooded and bearded men with his left hand held high, index finger pointed up to the ceiling. The other portrays an armored male knight with his gauntleted right hand extended, its palm facing inward toward the knight. Moa wasn't that dangerous. They're gone now, right? Pretty sure.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
then the
I think
place
so.
also.
And Papazotl, that's Gibby. He's not here. So no advice from the spirits.
And Moa's item got destroyed, right?
Oh yeah.
Guess we maybe should check it back at that tomb to see what happened, but
All right, what would you guys like to do?
not die.
That goes against what I
Godfrey's
want
gonna
you to do.
start moving around. What's this look like up here? Does it look like another door?
It is another door.
All right, let's just check this room up first before we start opening other doors.
The statue is pointing
Looks
up.
like-
Is it pointing anything on the ceiling, or it's just the ceiling?
It's just one is pointing up to the ceiling in here. I will give you this so that you have it to reference. One
These-
statue depicts a hooded and bearded man with his left hand held high, index finger pointed up. The other portrays an armored knight, gauntleted, hand extended, palm facing inward. And then the third column is empty.
That's interesting.
Yep.
Um,
I'm assuming because you guys are asking about the statues, you're taking time and examining them, right?
sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, because an examination of the statues here reveal each statue is set on a rotating gear. And if you were to reach out, you could spin them.
Are these depictions of gods?
You can make a intelligence or religion check if you'd like.
Would my stone cutting qualify here to give me expertise in this check?
No, because you're looking for
Oh.
information on the figures
Yeah.
depicted and not on how they were made.
Yes, the origin of stonework. All right. You said history works?
Intelligence or religion.
Just make a religion. Also proficient. Guidance.
No, 17. 17 reveals that the man on the left, the bearded figure, is a Zuth, god of wizardry. And the second figure, the gauntleted knight, is the much more recognizable Torm, god of courage and sacrifice.
Well,
Zuth. Famously
there's
also
these-
Asmodeus.
I'm sure you've seen them. These placards on each of the floors, and they usually give hints. And I think that this room might pertain to one of those hints. It says "Write the gods" on it. So
Run them right?
I don't know. The whole segment of the all the words on that placard, "Write the gods" seem to be the only thing that would make sense for here. And the walls of history tell all, but are there anything? Is there any depiction of history on the walls?
No.
Yeah.
Not in this chamber.
Yeah, Godfrey grabs hold of the statue in front of him and tries to twist it.
That would be the statue of the bearded wizard, correct?
Sure.
Okay. As you rotate the statue, you hear a click. As you hear this sound, the clay figure inside the pit is teleported to standing on top of the third empty column. As the figure teleports to its new position, you see its eyes open. It turns its head and begins to advance.
Initiative, I'm assuming?
Roll initiative. Oh,
We should-
it's a poopy initiative. I don't like it. Still beat Rana.
Sadness.
All right, Gottfried.
Godfrey's gonna head down. I'm assuming that here is adjacent to it,
Oh,
right?
Yeah, it's big.
Okay. Let's go ahead and start swinging then. 3 attacks. 20. Assuming they all hit
Woo!
25.
Oh yeah, AC is only 14.
Oh wow. Okay. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, I don't know why they used this creature because it's like not very good.
Yeah. So
Oh
attack it
yeah,
3 times.
this thing's
and it
going
marks.
down very fast. All right, so we have 12, 25. Cool. Boop. Are you finished?
Yep. That's my turn. It's marked as well.
First, we'll go here. There's my screen.
Yep. Yep. No.
Only
Second
one
one
hit.
misses. Yeah.
Yes.
Second one is a 14, right? Because he gets a +1 to all his rolls.
Yep. 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 That's true.
I
Do
honestly
I go
didn't
before the
expect
clay
it to come
golem?
up.
It's already coming in handy.
Damn it.
I have a 9.
You great spirit beings.
Salt's
Okay.
gonna walk away from it. And then Salt bolt it.
Hey, wait a minute. You walked away
Yeah.
from it?
Yeah,
You
that's why I
walked
waited.
away from it? You
That's why I
walked away from it?
I just wanted to no. Why can't I pull the nat 1 off of your face?
It's
Oh, you're supposed to
has
just tell
disadvantage to it
Yeah.
because it's marked, by the way.
I mean, it does a 21? A 20
Ooh.
doesn't hit me anyways, so it doesn't matter.
Ooh. Yeah,
It
but
was
now you
21
get to
AC.
see all the text.
Shrug. I'm gonna still Salt bolt it though.
All right. Yes, bolt me.
Uh,
I'm
are-
also going to attack it again.
All 3 hits?
Uh,
4 hits. 2,
That much.
3, 30, 43. 43. Okay. And then the Gloomstalker is next, right? Okay. Yeah.
Well, it's not Zalt anymore. That much I know.
I can't get away from the light. It's a problem. So
Aha! No
No.
advantage.
yeah, no advantage.
Could walk down the hallway.
Well, then you can't see it.
It's like
All right. 1,
And then the-
2.
ambusher. So all 3 of
Doesn't
those
Dread
hit.
Ambusher always have advantage? Or am I making that?
No.
up? Okay.
No, it doesn't. And then add
6,
additional
12.
8.
Nope. No.
Dread-
There's nothing else. There's nothing
I'm
else.
sorry.
No more dice.
No
no
more
more
hits.
dice. No more
Right.
dice. That's it. We're done here. All right. Now what?
Guys,
Folks,
Did
no, clay is really useful.
the key under that it was holding.
Yes, it had
Godfrey.
a silver key around its neck.
Find key. Golem had key around neck. Godfrey to find.
See,
I'll start digging around in the shards of, or the whatever's the rings of the golem
Okay.
for this key.
Yep, you are able to find it.
yeah, got it here.
Ursk, want to
tough.
open chest with key, maybe? Ursk easiest to go down. Ursk easiest come up.
Yes. First, we'll go
Hand,
down.
hand Ursk.
Actually, you don't. Because as you walk out over into the pit, you find yourself traveling on an invisible wall.
Ugh.
Well, if the one statue teleported it out, maybe the other one teleports us in?
Do you want to rotate that one?
Maybe Ursk stand where Golem appear, and Godfrey turn statue other way.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead and give it a twist.
Flip it, reverse it?
All right. Yep, you have correctly guessed the mechanics. When you mess with the statue of Torm, Ursk gets teleported from the column into the pit down below, where he is now able to examine the contents of the box.
I will examine the contents of said box.
You will examine the contents of said box. Inside the box, there is a very fine velvet cushion upon which rests two crystal eyes, one green and another a brilliant pink. And below the two crystal eyes is a short sword that seems to have 5 strange symbols carved into the hilt.
Okay. Nurse will ask to be let out of the pit.
Wait, I thought we already
Pull
had
the
7.
lever.
Yeah, twist the wizard statue again.
And he teleports up to the top.
Didn't we already have 7?
No, you had 6.
Yeah, we just
First
got 6 from
we'll-
before.
You
Go
got
over here.
2 in the other room for 8, and then you have these 2, which is
Oh,
10.
we have
What?
8 now. Okay.
You have
Nurse
10.
will
Oh, but-
carefully deposit.
I mean,
Item
in the previous room we got 4 and we got number 7.
Yeah, we have 2
And then
7s.
here we've got number 5 and number 7 again.
No,
That should be
that ain't true.
anyone
It's
interested
clearly a
in the other-
number 8. Clearly a number 8.
Ah, yes. Salt's a defective, okay? Don't blame me.
Yeah,
okay?
yeah.
Do the
Someone did
symbols
it.
in the short sword look familiar to anyone? Or me?
No,
Rana-
no one would recognize
Oh.
these.
All
The
right.
Roman
Rana-
numerals? No one knows them?
Frano's like, oh, magic items, you say? Rubs hands.
Is that
Oh,
identify
that's an ident.
with
that's
a
an
spell slot?
identify.
Okay. No,
We now
Pull
have
out the
both of
jeweler's
them.
loop. I'll do the spell slot. I never use my spells.
I mean, you could have took the 10 minutes. This.
But then we
is,
might get attacked by a him.
is a sword of the Perons.
Ooh. Godfrey?
Yeah. I don't know if Godfrey would give up his AC giving
Yeah,
weapon.
doesn't he have the defender? Why would he ever not use the
yeah.
defender?
Well, because if you read it, after you use the attack
It's actually
action,
really
you
good
can
sword, though.
enable someone else to make an attack also. Immediately after you dash, you can enable someone else to move up to their speed. And immediately after you dodge, you can let someone else dodge. This is the sword of being a bro. Like, this is...
Yeah.
And you know
Gibby
who
might
could
want
really
this,
use this?
honestly.
This would have been really good for dangerous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This would have been really good for dangerous.
Well, you can throw it in the bag and forget about it until later.
I mean, unless Ursk or Idra wants it.
No.
Be used for that.
Well, yeah, because I mean, with us, you use a battle axe, right?
Yes.
But you two-hand it,
No.
or do you use one in each hand, or do you
No.
use just a single strike? Okay.
It's a shield.
Does Ursk have a magic weapon?
Yes, it's +1 battle axe.
Oh.
Yeah.
I mean, this is also a +1 weapon. It's just strictly... It does more.
It's one die size down, but it gets all the other advantages.
I'll attune to it because it might be useful later if you guys want. But
No, bugbears don't use the pointy sticks. I don't care if it's made of metal.
Do you have inspiration, Ursk? Because if you don't, you do now. I love the commitment to the bit. No, I'm not using a stupid sword. I have an axe.
The monkeys are gone, right? I just have to check
Use my
again.
claws.
I wouldn't mind attuning to it, but again, I would never use it to attack.
Well, you could never use it because you only get the benefits when you're holding the sword.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Just hold in your teeth.
No.
Anywho, to keep things rolling, hey, look, there's a hallway to the left.
Well, there's that door.
Yeah, the door to
No,
door.
the hallway to the left.
Yeah, let's take the whole way to the left.
The voices in our head are telling us the hallway to the left.
Zalt also 10 balls now.
Yeah, yes,
Oh,
yes,
can
you
we-
do.
That's impressive.
Let's, wait. I will say that Rana's pretty.
Rana looks pretty beat up. Maybe we should just
I'm
take
fine.
a short moment.
Well, let me give you the description there. As you move down the corridor, it ends in a large door with a round mirror set into the surface. There are 10 circular indentations, each about an inch across, that surround the mirror.
I'll just. Someone was saying something about Ron being hurt. I'll cast Cure Wounds on him, and then just keep going.
Listen, I've accepted I'm not getting out of this. It's just a matter of when I die, not if.
I healed you.
Oh, thank you. I'm still coming to grips with my own mortality.
So there's a mirror door with 10 slots in it.
10 circular 1-inch slots.
That sounds oddly familiar.
Salt has
Are
10
they,
balls.
Well, Salt, you want to put them in the slots?
Zalt can't see slots. Zalt passes the bag of balls to Gottfried.
All right, Godfrey. Have at it. Big guy.
Godfrey takes the balls and
Whatever's behind this door, as well guarded as it is, and at the amount of trouble that we went through to get all of these pieces to act as a key, I guess, for it.
Yes.
I want to be sure that we're ready, so I think we should take a moment to catch our breaths.
Not the worst idea. What if we go back to that room that had safe written on it? That'd be nice.
Well, we won't all fit in that room.
Also, they're the pendulum room there, not like it's too far away. It's not safe.
Take a while to
There's no
find.
reason we can't wait in the room where we fought the golem. Plenty of space there.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Just along for the ride, or whatever you guys want to do. And we woke up, what, 30? You guys woke up like 30 minutes ago?
Is Zalt think we okay? Is Zalt think balls door?
I'm only suggesting that we take a short rest, not try for a long rest.
Right.
I'll allow it.
Short rest?
Sure.
All right.
I'm now more scared because that means whatever's in this room is scary enough to allow that.
Cool. Let's do a short rest.
Do the warlocks want to spend their spell slots before we short rest?
I already have,
Okay.
so I don't mind taking a short rest. Good for me. Get my
Yeah,
favorite by the gods back too.
I am blind. Where do you roll hit dice on D&D Beyond?
You hit short rest, and then it'll pop up right where you're.
Right, I am
Yeah.
just blind. Let's go ahead and spend 6.
All right. As we recover our health and our abilities from the rest, Godfried, you're going to go ahead and start inserting
Sure am.
eyeballs into the door. Okay. Now I have a question for you. Would you prefer we postpone whatever comes next until we have Gibby back with us? Or would you rather we push ahead while we have the blessing from the Twitch gods?
I would like Gibby.
I'm
I'm gonna leave this up to everybody else.
I
Gibby
kind of
does a-
agree.
If
Like
it
plus
He
one
does
is
a lot
nice.
of damage.
if
but
it
Gibby
if
also
it matters,
sucks damage.
Twitch chat wants you to push ahead.
All right,
Yeah.
open the door.
You want to go now?
Twitch. I mean, I feel like if Twitch wants us to go ahead,
GBP, what do the voices on our head say?
They're silent. If they had advice for you, I'd give it to you.
Oh,
Actually, after the door's open. There you go.
One of them's gonna be like, "Why'd you open the door?"
All right.
I mean,
Here, I'll tell you what.
yeah.
So Godfrey starts inserting eyeballs into the door. And each time you stick one of the crystal eyes into the door, it begins to glow with this luminescent light that makes you feel uneasy. Also, as you put each eye into the door, your reflection, seated in the mirror, begins to decay. With the first eye, your skin becomes sallow. With the second, your hair starts to fall out and clumps. With the third, you're losing your teeth. With the fourth, you have giant gashes that materialize through your reflection until you progressively become more and more corpse-like. With the last eyeball in place, the door flings open, and you find yourself looking into a domed, candlelit room that is 50 feet high. The polished marble floor is so perfectly reflective, it creates the illusion of standing in the center of a grand sphere. There are 9 alcoves filled with glittering treasure that open up along all of the walls. And in the middle of the chamber, there is a large spherical object hovering under a black silk drape 20 feet above the floor. As you enter, Impulsive Kubazan will urge Ursk to attack whatever dares to hide under the black drape with no warning or negotiation. Cautious Obalaka. Who has Obalaka? That's
me.
Godfrey. Cautious Obalaka says, "It's a beholder. There is a beholder hidden under the black drape. Run! You must flee at once!" And
Godfrey shouts that out.
when you shout that, huh? Well, when
There's
Wango,
a beholder.
when reckless Wango hears that there is a beholder in the room, he urges his host to attack the other party members to trick the beholder into thinking that you are its ally.
I think we left Wongo back in his tomb.
Oh, that's right, you guys. Wango was like really mean, and you're like, nope.
Wongo's just yelling angrily.
And as you begin to enter the chamber, you hear a voice ring out. How dare you enter into the realm of BELCHORZH? You are all dead. Your lives forfeit. And I will ensure that you are just another offering to my master, Asarak. Just be sure. You guys are sure, right?
Yeah.
And Twitch said push, so push.
Roll initiative.
Oh boy.
It's been real, peeps.
Well, Idra, you can run away and find more people next week.
They can.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's everybody. All right.
I
Idra,
am sure it'll be great.
it looks like you are up first.
Awesome. I have to go with the
And
light.
I'm sorry, just 1 second. Okay. What would you like to do on your turn? Actually, those of you who ran into the chamber, since all of this happened like as soon as the door was flung open, I'm gonna set you back here at the entrance. Okay.
Okay.
All
right. I guess I'll just move up. Do I see anybody to attack in there?
It's just the big floating object under the black drape.
All right, well, I'll shoot at that.
You shoot at the drape.
I have no idea. Can the thing that I guess, are these advantage? Can the thing see me?
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
All right.
Okay. Well, I'll pelt it with three arrows. 13, 22, another 13.
Okay. Roll me damage for one of those shots. Oh, I am on the wrong. There it is. This is. Okay, one moment. Huh? That right there. All right. As your arrows go flying out, okay. You see they kind of penetrate the black cloth, and there is a loud metallic clang as they strike whatever object is in the center of the chamber.
Great. Okay. Let's see here. I had to go through somebody to get here, so it's extra 5 feet. So 20 feet to get here, 20 feet back.
You got it.
And that's all she wrote for me.
At the end of your turn, BELCHORZH will use the first of his legendary actions for this round.
Good.
And it's going to shoot a random eye ray at somebody. Eeny, meeny, miny, Ersk. And we have 10 rays. We're going to roll a d10 because it is random. Ersk, you get shot with a telekinetic ray. And
I fail my
you
save.
fail really bad. So he's going to move you 30 feet in this direction, slamming you into the wall. And that was 30 feet. 3d6. Bingo. All right. And then it is your turn, Ersk.
So Ursk really didn't like that. And will react predictably. And Ursk will charge. Is the boulder here?
Tut. Actually, as you begin to walk across the polished marble floor, you find it to be incredibly slippery. I need a dexterity check in order for you to successfully navigate the floor.
Isn't he restrained though?
Is he restrained? No.
It says it's restrained by the ray until the start of the beholder's turn.
Oh,
Or until the beholder is incapacitated.
oh, you are right. I am very
Sorry.
sorry.
Okay. Ursk will break. Well, then, I guess.
That's your
I will
action.
break restraint.
Sure. So,
Athletics. What
Strength
is it?
athletics. And you're raging, so you have advantage. Yeah. So now you're free. You go to walk across the floor, and then we do the slip and slide. You must make a dex save, DC 15, or fall prone.
Fall prone. Where?
Fall prone. Well, you started walking here.
Okay.
So then you would stand up. You only have
How
half
high
your
is the
movement.
wall?
Said it was a 30-foot dome.
Ursk's gonna go over here and move along the wall. So
Okay.
let's see. Get up here. Here. Slide there. Get up. That's half. 40 here. And 10, 20, 25, 2 here.
Cool. And then I believe you're done.
Yes, as soon as I can find my name token.
End of your turn, we'll use our second legendary action for the round. This time, shooting a beam at Zolt. So let's see, it's a random ray, number 8. That is going to be a petrification ray. Zolt, I need a dex save, please.
I'm gonna die just like Dangerous almost died. Oh, cool.
Wow!
But he refused.
All right. So that was Ursk's turn. Now it goes to Rana.
All right, Rana will use an action to put down his Eldritch Cannon. Ka-chow. Where is my token? Am I blind? I'm blind. Multi-sided, choose side. Give it a bag. Choose. All right, and then I'll move up. 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll go here. I'll have my Eldritch Cannon move with me and shoot at the big black sphere.
Okay.
So I just click right.
Go ahead. Oh. Yes. Yep. That is
I don't
a
have
hit.
advantage. I don't know why I rolled with advantage.
Oh no, it doesn't matter. It does not even matter. Okay. So
Let me print with
the Eldritch Cannon, when it shoots thing, like it's remember it pushes stuff back, right? Like
Yep,
there's
so this is
force.
the force blows, but
That's wonderful. Okay. So when the bolt flies out and hits it, it would, the burst of energy is going to blow that black curtain away. Right? And this black curtain, as it blows away, you see what's underneath. It's not a beholder, but instead a large iron sphere that is just floating in the middle of the arena. And as soon as that drape is out of the way, everybody inside the chamber feels an intense magnetic pull. Each creature wearing metal armor is immediately pulled to the sphere and becomes stuck to it, as does any metal weapon or object that is not secured or being held. Any creature stuck to the sphere is restrained until the magnetic field deactivates. So, Godfried, hello. Ursk, what kind of armor do you wear? Isn't it studded leather?
Safety.
Huh? Oh, that's right.
Ursk, he's a barbarian.
Ursk is wearing his birthday suit. He's safe.
Yeah.
So, Zolt, I was going to leave that up to you if you want, because it specifically says armor worn. You don't technically wear
Zolt
armor.
his armor becomes part of him.
Oh, what kind of armor you wear?
I'm wearing a breastplate.
Bingo,
A
stuck to the sphere.
+1 dragon. Exactly, yeah.
Also,
Not up to me.
as the sphere is revealed and these people go flying, you notice something else. The arrows that had been shot at it earlier, they are sticking straight out, right? As if the magnetic force pulled it to it, and they're just kind of stuck there. So we could probably inference that ranged attacks made in the chamber that uses ammunition, wholly or partially, has disadvantage, and if it misses, the ammunition becomes stuck to the sphere also. Yeah. It's fun stuff.
Ooh. I'm gonna take a shot in the dark and hope this solves our problem.
Okay.
I'm going to cast Dispel Magic at the sphere.
Okay. And you will need to roll. Actually, what's your spellcasting modifier?
+5.
Okay, you actually can succeed. Go ahead and make the roll.
Then you already used your action to summon the cannon.
Oh, you're right. I thought I did it. I thought
No. Oh, also, I guess I should point this out. Hey, hidden in the back of one of the alcoves is one of those goofy skeletons with the shapes. This one has a pentagon, and he is currently crouching and hiding in one of the alcoves.
Goddamn skeletons.
I know.
Why are they all set if I
you've used your action and your bonus action. Are you finished, Rana? Is that a yes? Because if you are, BELCHORZH is going to use his last legendary action, this time firing a beam at Godfried. And Godfried you do have disadvantage depending. Nope, not on this one. No disadvantage because that's only for Dex or I think it's just Dex, or if you're restrained. Anyway, that is an enervation ray. I need you to make a DC 21 con save or take 36 necrotic.
Where are the beams coming from?
They
here,
are
right?
shooting. No, not from the skull. They're coming from this area.
Oh.
You know what? No, I'm just gonna take it. I was gonna use the
Okey-dokey.
tool, but I'm just gonna take it. 36.
36. Yeah, I'm just gonna use the average because easy. All right, and that was the end of Rana's turn. So now it goes to BELCHORZH, who is in the tracker at 16. You just can't see him because he's currently on the GM layer, and he begins to let out this horrifying, grating laugh. You see, my master has given me many gifts to keep his home safe from intruders. You will all die. There is no escape from BELCHORZH, starting with you. And he is going to, and I'm very sorry, but he is going to focus these beams on Godfrey. So Godfrey, we have a 9, a 6, and a 9. I can't have the same beam twice in one activation, so I have to reroll. So 9, 6, and 8.
These
So
are none of these are spells either, right? Because it's the creatures.
These are not spells. These are
Just double
yeah.
checking.
Disintegration ray.
Right. So I guess we'll deal with that first. You said disadvantage because restrained, right?
That is a dex save. Yep. The restrained would give you disadvantage.
I also, just for what it's worth, dex saves that target only me because of Shield Master, I have a +2 to AC.
Cool. So you
that's actually a
saved.
24.
I believe that's save or suck. So you no ill effect. Good so far. Telekinetic ray is just make your strength save, or you'll be restrained.
I actually don't think he can move me because between my actual weight and the weight of my gear, I'm more than 300 pounds.
It doesn't matter. You're already restrained. That's fine. And then, now for the good one.
Oh.
Uh,
All right, here we go again.
and it's a dex save.
Ooh, I'm gonna use my Indomitable and reroll.
Yes.
You're still +2 for that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that would have been a 19.
Oh well, no, because it's disadvantage.
Oh,
so,
right. Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, damn. I should have read that earlier.
Oh, never mind.
All
That's a
right.
fail.
Flash is not going to save you.
No, you rolled a 5 and a 6. So, but again, still not the end of the world because you have to fail again on your next turn. If you fail again, then you are statuified. And then BELCHORZH, having thrown all of his vitriol at Godfrey, begins to laugh. And as he's laughing, you hear the sound moving. He's obviously changed his position in the chamber. Zolt.
Zalt does not like being magnetized. However, that petrification is similar to the one that happened to Dangerous, right?
Yes, it's actually exactly the same as the one that happened to Dangerous.
So, would I be able to dispel it as well?
Yeah. It worked before.
I would like to do that since we're right beside each other. I will go over and cast a spell magic on him.
Okay, you will
On the
have to
effect.
roll again.
Uh-huh. And I know how to do that. It's just a straight charisma, right?
Yeah, your spellcasting mod.
Uh-huh.
That'll do it.
18.
That will
Okay.
do it. I am on the wrong.
And I'm assuming I'm still stuck to the magnet.
You are still stuck to the magnet. Just lucky
Well,
you're
that
next to
is-
each other.
That is Zolt's turn.
Zolt, at the end of your turn, since BELCHORZH has refreshed his is legendary actions, he's going to use one. And because we've seen this happen before, a small tentacle is going to pop up from the purple ooze here, and BELCHORZH is going to make his attack at you from that tentacle. So,
Lovely.
random eye ray. Fear.
I can do that. That's not disadvantaged, right? Because it's wisdom.
Nope, it's just dexterity. Pretty sure.
I clicked it, but it didn't show up. So I'm going to assume it's just delayed, and it will show up.
Okay.
It showed up.
And you Wow, I can't believe you guys are making all of these saves.
Pretty sure Godfrey just didn't make a save twice.
Yeah.
All right, but he passed the other 2 saves. He only got affected by the one bad thing. All right. So that is Zolt's turn. Right? Yep, you are done. I did my
That's
thing,
all I
and
wrote.
then it goes to
Yep.
Godfrey.
All right. Is Godfrey able to pull himself away with from this magnet with a check, or is it just straight up you're stuck there? That's it.
So there is no save to escape the magnetic pull of the iron sphere. It simply says anyone in the chamber wearing metal is restrained. So
in that case, so you said that the drape got pushed back. It was, how much is the pushback? Is it 5 feet?
it's also
So is
just
it like on the
a
floor
curtain,
here? Or
whereas remember, this is like floating up in the air. So if the drape fell off, it would be like on the floor 10 feet away.
okay, yeah. Oh, never mind then. I guess for what it's worth, I'd take the dodge action.
Dodge action. Okay.
Yeah, and then I guess I'll use a bonus action to second wind.
Okay.
And that'll be my turn.
End of your turn, because I've remembered that there are many moving pieces in this fight, and now that I've remembered the tentacles, we're going to do that. A small tendril is going to materialize right here, and we're going to fire a random eye beam at Idra. Hi, Idra, hiding behind the
Okay.
corner.
I'm in darkness right now. Can it see me?
Oh, maybe not. Am I reliant on dark vision? It is. All right. Well, because I literally can't see you to attack you, I'm going to have to attack our artificer. Okay, Rana, here we go.
Come on.
4. That is a slowing ray.
Oh, deck saves. I'm great at those.
That is a fail. Remember,
I will
everything
flash of
is-
genius.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I was about to ask. It's +4 to this DC, right?
No, it's 5. All the
Okay,
written
cool.
DCs have +5.
Cool.
So it's DC 21, which your flash
Does that
is
include the Wand of
6?
Wonder? My flash is +5.
I mean, no, because it's a beneficial. This is, you guys wanted the hard. That doesn't make it harder for you.
I mean, when it self-targets our allies.
All right, so you flash yourself. You're fine.
Yep.
That is the end of Godfrey's turn. We go to Idra.
Move to here. Now I can't see the thing at all. Like there's no visible enemies in the room.
It
Is that
is
correct?
invisible.
Right. Of course it is. I don't want to attack anything. I can't see it. I don't want to attack. So what I'm gonna do is, how far away is Godfrey? He's more than 20 feet away. So I'm in dim light presently, right?
God,
Well, it's
Rana
Rana that's got the
has
torch.
the torch, and they're 10 feet ahead of you.
Rana has the torch.
Rana has the torch.
Oh,
Yeah.
I forgot. He had the torch. I say, hey, throw that thing in the room. when you have a chance. And what I'll do is I'll cast Shadow of Moil on myself. So something that was already hard to see is now dang near impossible.
You have
As
an undead's eyeball encased in a gem worth at least 150 gold pieces.
I'm sure I would have if I prepped the spell to come down here 70 years ago.
That sounds like a bit of an odd assumption.
Why
But
wouldn't that?
that's a specific spell component. Like, you have to acquire those.
I picked these spells before I came here. Like, you know, when I was outside of this area, I hit these.
But I'm
this
looking at your sheet and I don't see an undead eyeball encased in a gem of 150 pieces written. Like,
component on there, so I don't have it. Is that what you're saying?
yeah, well, yeah.
I-
I mean, it's a very specific spell component.
Well, can I change out the spell for something else? Since obviously I didn't.
After
wouldn't have-
combat, sure.
Okay, so I don't have that spell, so I didn't cast that. That's fine. I will do other things.
To be fair, I don't know if Shadow of Moil would actually do anything here. So,
Heavily obscure me in dim light.
you already can't see you. Like,
Yeah, it's something that I could do in light, which would be nice, but I can't, so that's no big deal. Instead, what I'll do is yeah, forget it. I'll cast darkness. There you go.
okay. Where?
On a coin in my hand.
Okay. It's funny.
Boy, I love wearing metal armor.
15-foot sphere. Put it at. Save settings. There we go. I am in darkness.
That's what the bubble is.
Oh, I didn't see the bubble. Sorry. I just put it on the token. All right. And that's my action. I can still see everybody inside okay. So yeah. That's all I got.
Ursk, before you go, end of turn, we are going to use our last legendary action. I can't see Rana anymore, so I guess eeny meeny miny Zolt with a 6 or the telekinetic ray. It's not gonna matter. You're already restrained, and he's not gonna. Yeah, no, it does matter.
So I have to roll then.
Yeah,
huh?
yeah. Make your strength save.
No disadvantage?
Nope, that's only Dex.
Oh.
Oh, nope, that is fair. So with this telekinetic ray, he pulls you up in the air 30 feet to the top of the
Remember, it's 21 because of Twitch gods.
Oh yeah.
Shit, that's a save. Never mind. I was just gonna
Target.
yo-yo you to the top of the arena and then let
Yeah.
you fall.
Pretty much.
Anyway, Ursk, what would you like to do?
Snaps back like an elastic band.
Does Earth see this skeleton here, or no?
Yeah, oh, he's just chilling.
Ursk is gonna basically descend on him and attack him because otherwise I can
Alright.
do nothing.
Skeleton is dead.
All right. Ursk is gonna move over to here. Does the beholder making any sound? Does he hear anything? Does he know if he's getting closer or further or anything?
Just from the last time he was talking, you would estimate him to be in the southern half of the chamber.
Okay, Ursk will move to there and end his turn.
Rana.
All right. I just checked. I'll print the spell to make sure. Dispel magic does not require line of sight.
Nope, that is true. What would you like to dispel? The darkness?
I would like to try and dispel the sphere.
Okay. Again, you're gonna need to make a roll.
Okay. Come on. Escalators, escalators, escalators.
21 is the DC.
Whoo!
So, you just as your dispel magic goes out, the effects that are placed onto the orb permanently deactivate. The sphere crashes to the floor, as do Zolt and Godfried. Zolt and Godfried, you are prone. As the sphere crashes into the ground, the magnetic pull is deactivated, and it sends a series of spider webs cracking through the marble, negating the floor's frictionless effect. So, creatures now move across the floor normally.
Oh yeah. Then I'll have my turret poke out. I'll poke my head out for a second. I will just, I guess, should I just choose a line that I'm shooting down blindly?
Sure.
The holders are pretty big. Let's do this one.
All
Is
right,
that clipping?
make your attack.
All right, at disadvantage, so control, right? Yes. Ka-chow. 21.
BELCHORZH roars in pain. How dare you! As he takes 2 damage, and then is heard
Double ones.
smashing into the wall.
Do I make him bleed his own blood?
Nobody makes me bleed my own blood.
Is
Oh
that
wait, we can see it.
concentration?
No, you can't see it. What are you talking about?
His blood's also invisible. Oh no.
You're standing out here, correct? Not inside the sphere, I'm imagining.
Yeah, and then I stepped out, then I'm gonna step back in.
Okay.
I assume that helps everyone figure out where he is a little bit more.
It probably did, except immediately after your turn, it's his turn.
Alright, well, I will move back in then.
Yes. Except
Hi,
you
I'm in
see,
the way.
Okay, so Godfried is mostly blind now too, right? Because the light source is in the thing, in the darkness.
Oh,
a good
and
point.
Rana, when I'm out, Rana will drop the torch
Godfried
as I
is
approach.
entirely blind while he's
Oh.
inside the darkness.
I thought-
I dropped the torch.
You
I
did?
thought the room had candlelight.
Yeah.
What did you
And
say?
also, Godfried has the light on him.
Yeah, the room is candlelight. Why?
That's why
Why?
I said
Oh,
effectively.
yeah, no. Yeah, there's light. Well, oh, no, there's light sources on the map. Yeah, he's fine. He's fine.
Oh, cool.
Okay. Then I'm not going to bother mucking with anything else. So, BELCHORZH roars. Ah! You've broken my toy! Now I will take away yours. First things first, we're going to unleash a series of bad at Ursk.
Do it.
1, 2. Nope, can't have doubles. 1, 2, 3. 1, 5, and 6.
All right. Yeah.
Oh damn.
Yeah, I'm gonna fail this. Boom, failed.
Well then.
Next.
So you're gonna maybe not as much bad as I
Yeah,
thought.
that's why it's funny.
You're my
Like
friend.
I'm charmed until I get slapped.
Well, Godfried, you're gonna take one for the team.
Yeah.
Enervate Godfried.
Okay. Con save.
Oh, I'm sorry. Ursk, while charmed in this way, you will do everything in your power to keep BELCHORZH safe.
I don't know where he is, so how am I supposed to keep him safe?
Well, your friends are trying to attack him. I'm telling you, you must attack
that's
your friends until
true.
you're done.
How does he know that it's Belcor? You can't see it.
Yeah, my friends aren't trying to attack
That's
it because
what
they
the
can't
charm
see him.
description says. You're attacking your friends.
Oh, well, just say
Godfrey,
that.
you're taking 36
Yeah,
necrotic,
Fail. 36. Yep.
and then what was the last one? 6. I can't move you. You're too fat. However, after BELCHORZH shoots his telekinetic rays, something strange happens. those of you under the effects, other than Ursk. Ursk is unaffected at the moment. All of you who are holding magical items are under the effects of spells. You feel them disappear.
Like everyone everywhere?
I mean, everyone standing in roughly a conal shape. That does not also affect Ursk.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm still concentrating on it. It's just not affecting me.
Yes,
right
it
now.
is suppressed.
Gotcha.
So could
Then
be
that's my
any
turn
of these
now.
combinations, because Ursk is not affected, but everyone else is. Okay. And then, yes, Zolt, it is your turn.
I would like to stand up.
Hey.
There it is. Which then gives me 15 feet to try and get out of the circle or things.
Okay. I hide my ruler? Yes. Okay. Standing there, what would you like to do?
Yeah, that's a great question, isn't it? I've never seen. Technically, we don't even know he's charmed yet because he hasn't done anything, right?
No, he's just standing over there.
So I can't do anything
unless
about that.
Ursk wants to tell me what him standing
Is
there
this
would
supposed
look
to be
like.
blocking vision, by the way?
Well, yeah, it's a big steel orb. So if you're on the
Okay.
ground, you can't see around it.
Okay. I will hold Assault Bolt for if I can see a hostile.
Okay.
Because, yeah, that's all I can think of.
End of your turn. I'm going to use my first legendary action for this. And since we know that you are outside of the anti-magic field, we're going to shoot you with the tentacle.
Well, that's less than good. But I have this because we took a
That's-
short rest.
That's
So
Yeah,
good.
we took that short rest.
Okay, Godfried. Damn it, I failed.
Right,
I have completely failed. It's 9:06. Did any of you read the title of the stream today?
yeah, I did.
2 hours to TPK.
I failed. It's now been 2 hours and 5 minutes. Nobody's dead yet.
Godfrey's gonna stand up. Is there any indication as to like a direction based on like where the petrification ray came from or anything
Well,
like that?
remember, BELCHORZH is incredibly intelligent, and he's been,
Sure.
ever since somebody pointed it out, he's been shooting his tentacles from the moss patches around the room. So sometimes they come out from the west, sometimes they come out from the east. It's impossible to tell where BELCHORZH himself actually is.
Well, he's talking though.
He hasn't said anything since his turn, and he gets to move on his turn.
Okay. I'll move my 15 feet over. Wait. So I was here. So the light down there went off, right?
The
So the
light
darkness
is like in the
disappeared.
middle of the room, and then there's candles around the chamber too. You like, light should not be a problem for you.
And I can see that. And I can see that Zolt's holding onto a spell.
Yep, looks like it.
I'm just gonna run up north and start swinging. I guess I can be 15 feet, 5, 10, 15. Well, actually, I'll move to here and swing like up around, maybe here somewhere. Square
Okay.
directly north. Yeah.
All right. Make your attack with disadvantage.
Is my sword magical again or not?
Seems like it.
Okay.
Are you gonna take the +3 to hit or the +3 to the knock?
No, I'm definitely taking the AC bonus.
Okay. You fail to hit anything.
Okay. In that case, I will action surge, and I'll attack this square.
You're
I
disadvantaged.
should be rolling. Yeah, I should be rolling disadvantage. So I guess just take the 2 as my first attack, 17 for my second.
No, just roll 3 more. So
Okay,
we have
well,
22.
that's one.
So then a miss, and then one more.
Oh no,
I
that's
see.
6.
22, 24. You've hit it twice. Your blade sunk into something soft and squishy, and a howl of rage from the northwardmost point in the room. Ah! It will be
And it
you!
It gets marked for whatever that's worth.
I don't think it matters, because it doesn't actually make
Probably.
attacks. It's...
Yep. The
Are you
bonus to
finished?
AC probably doesn't help. Yes, sorry, my turn.
Well, at the end of your turn, would you believe it's going to try to hit you with the tentacle?
But it stays invisible after getting hit too.
It's invisible.
Feels bad, man.
Yeah, like invisibility, lesser invisibility, they get revealed after they take an action. This is obviously not that.
Sure.
All right. 8. What is an 8?
Petrification.
Take that.
Okay.
Should pass this too. No.
Nope.
Are you gonna Indomitable?
I've already used it. I think I want to
Ooh.
use.
How far away is he? Can I?
I can't pass even with.
I don't think
flash.
you can actually.
No.
No, you can't. Are you gonna flash? Flash him. Flash him.
Nah, wouldn't help. He's only a.
Do it anyway.
My roll 20 wasn't loaded, guide to ask.
Idra.
All right. 15. Well, actually, into the room at 20. Is Godfrey? Are you pointing at all towards where you hit the creature?
I mean, I guess based on the way the turn is, I'm probably swinging, and you're seeing me meet resistance at the square.
That's fair. All right, cool. Can I shoot at that square? Is there there's a line, there's a sight line, but breaking right there. But is that sight line gone now that the little
The
thing
orb
gone?
is still there. There's a giant metal orb in the center of the room.
Okay. I'll keep moving. I'll move to here. And so I have a line of sight on the square that he was hacking into.
Yep.
And I'll shoot twice at disadvantage. Am I still in a cone?
You are.
All right. Now?
Yes.
Okay.
From where you started, I don't think you can get out of it.
Fine. Just check. All right. So 2 disadvantage shots at that space. Oh, wait, why didn't roll at disadvantage? It didn't roll at disadvantage. I'll just roll a second one. All right, so 18.
Okay.
And then let me see if I'll do it this time. There we go.
Then-
Hit it. And this time it's 22.
22 is gonna hit.
The 18 missed?
The 18
Or-
missed.
Wow. All right, it's 13.
Oh, actually, does 20? No,
That's a 19.
okay, 22 hits.
Actually, it's 19. It's not a 19. It's a 19 because of +1. 19
It's
still miss?
It's a miss.
Okay.
20 is the magic number.
Okay. Don't really have any bonus action I can do. Okay, I can't see anything. And, yep, that's all for Edra.
End of turn. Last legendary action before it gets back to him. Godfrey, you're still up in its face. I don't like it. We're gonna hit you with
Oh, no.
hit you with the death beam.
Oh, damn. All right, here we go.
The deck save. You should be fine.
Nope.
Oh, you're not fine. 55 necrotic, baby.
Oh, no. That's not right.
No, you just set yourself to 55. There you go. Okay, good. And then Ursk.
First, we'll move to here. And two on Godfrey. These are reckless.
I'm gonna go ahead and use the second attack, my reaction.
First attack was just a miss, right? The second attack hits and you're buffing your AC?
Yep.
Okay.
To what?
Well, I roll a d8, so my AC becomes a minimum of 27. Oh, I guess I should roll in, because I get a 1.
Yeah.
I think that's the highest I've ever seen you roll, for real. Oh, no, it's not. That's only a 16. Jesus. All right, but Godfrey shielded. Everything is fine. Ursk, let's see. Charm. 1 hour or until BELCHORZH hurts you. I don't think that's going to happen.
Ursk is going to use the rest of his remaining movement and go up the dome.
Cool. And then it goes to Rana.
Alrighty then. Let's try and figure out where I can do magic from. Actually, can I tell where things work because I have my arcane turret with me? So when I see when it turns back on, I know I'm in an area.
Sure.
1,
5, 10, 15.
2, 3, 4, 5.
And standing there now, you find your turret is perked back up and begins to function again.
Alright. Where did we see him last?
You've never seen him.
Where did we hit him last?
The north, directly next to where Ursk is standing.
Okay, I will arcane turret shot first. Uh, 14. I will advance to disadvantage. Okay. And then Rana as his action. I had a plan and then I forgot it because I'm not very smart. Oh, that's what it was. He's right next to Ursk, you said, right?
Yep.
Okay. Range? I do. I'm going to cast Tasha's Caustic Brew.
You son of a bitch.
And if this hits him, then it'll stick and we can see it.
Yep. And it just burns and burns.
Make me a deck save.
See it? I don't know about see it. It'd still be invisible.
And the acid
You
would
would
be on
just
top
be
of
able
it.
to tell its location more easily.
Yeah. That's what I
Deck
meant. It's
save.
like actually
What's
tracking.
the DC?
DC is, I think, 18.
Can we use the nat one on that? Or I mean, I guess it doesn't matter now.
That doesn't matter.
Holders, famously good at dexterity.
I am burning. It's the poison drop. Okay. I'm burning. We're just no. We're just gonna say it's 4 damage and take the average.
Sure.
That way we don't have to constantly wait for the roll.
Yeah. All right. Dots on him.
Done?
Yep.
Okay.
You see some light sizzling in the air.
Beginning of my turn. How dare you! And then he's gonna take 4. We're not gonna move yet, but I gotta move him so I can actually adjust his health. All right. This is gonna happen. I wonder what that means.
It means I'm really happy.
For now. Then a tentacle is gonna pop up out of the purple poop right here, and we're gonna fuck you, Godfrey. Wait, not a D20.
Okay.
Not a D20. Oh, it's a 7 either way. Take a nap.
Oh. Wisdom save. Okay. We're not in the cone right now, right?
No.
Yeah, actually, I'm deal with his own eye beams if you're in the cone.
Yeah.
Cool. That's good to know. All right. Yeah, 17, 18, I guess.
Yeah, so if
So
he's
that'll be
shooting
fair.
you, it's because either you're not in the cone or the cone is currently inactive. But take a nap. Hey, Zolt.
Yeah. Man, why can't you roll a 7 for me as well?
He just really wants to throw you, I guess.
I don't have good of this.
Oh, nope. So we're gonna go 15 feet? No, I can go 30 feet. Where is 30 feet? Oh, well, never mind. I forgot. This is a dome. We're gonna go 15 feet across and up, so you're at the top of the dome, and then you're gonna fall right next to Ursk, and you're gonna take 15 bludgeoning from getting tossed.
Yeah, sadly this counts as fall damage, right? Not damage
Oh,
from
yeah,
him.
it is fall damage. You can totally feather fall it if you want.
No. No,
Are you
I'm
sure?
okay.
You sure?
Pretty sure.
All
Mm-hmm.
right. All right. And then Rana, you're gonna
Mhm.
get the privilege of the last beam with a
Trying
No.
again.
slow down.
Never. Never.
All right, so that I'm assuming we are affected. Let us mark the slow. I'm gonna give you a stop sign. Before you take any actions, you need to stop and think about, can I do that thing? Because you only get one. Let me see. Your speed is halved. Is it like slow? Can't take reactions, an action, or bonus action. No,
Oh.
you
Oh,
don't.
God.
You don't get the AC penalty, so it's not exactly like slow, and it doesn't
Rana
do
can't
the
flash
goofy.
people anymore.
Oh,
Oh, that's bad.
that's good. I liked it. All right. We're gonna shuffle some more. You hear the sizzling sound heads more to the northwestern corner of the room as it moves away from you, Rana, and then Zolt.
Okay, so Gottfried is about to become stone and he's asleep.
Oh, I'm
But he's
sorry.
probably
I'm
safe
sorry.
for
I'm sorry. I'm
his-
sorry. I'm sorry. One more thing happened. He opened his eye back up. You were in darkness for a hot second, and then it was gone.
It's fine.
Am I still slowed? Am I in the eye?
Yes.
Oh wait, does Gottfried still asleep?
Yes.
His
Actually,
magical sleep.
nothing changes in the room except the zone of darkness has disappeared.
Okay.
I mean, we loosely already know where he is, so that should really tell you.
Yeah, he's like over here somewhere.
Right.
It's just there's so much garbage going on right now for Salt that I'm going to attempt to just shoot at where I think it is with
Wonder.
the
You
wand
hear
of wonder.
danger?
Yeah.
Speak up. Wonder.
Yeah. No, actually, though, not like a joke. I'm actually gonna wand of wonder over here where I think it is.
Yes.
Because Zolt is
Fireball,
just
fireball.
like he
Let's
doesn't
see.
know what's going on.
11. Zolt, you are stunned until the start of your next turn, believing something awesome has just occurred.
Perfect. That's great because I'm about to get smacked by Hursk real bad.
Are you though?
I don't know. You're charmed. I'm assuming so.
Hmm.
All
Okay,
right.
well, that's my turn then, I guess.
End of your turn. BELCHORZH is going to use his first legendary action for this round. Again, Godfried, I'm sorry. I know it seems like I'm picking on you, but BELCHORZH
That's
is
fine.
a very intelligent creature, and he's fighting tactically, and we're going to shoot a random eye beam at you.
Fix this telekinetic.
He's just,
God,
oh, I can't, oh, he's so fat. All right,
I'm a
well,
big boy.
it is your turn, and you're asleep.
I just instantly turn to stone because auto fail deck saves when unconscious, and it's a repeated death save to avoid turning to stone.
All right, so Godfried is petrified. End of Godfried's turn. Eeny, meeny, miny, Rana. Rana.
Hi.
9. That's the disintegration ray.
Oh boy. Does slow give me disadvantage or dex saves? I don't think it does.
No,
Nope. Okay, just want to check.
no, because it's not like full slow.
Hey!
Hooray!
Ooh.
I may be slowed, but I'm still nimble.
Okay, and then that was Godfrey's turn, so now we go to Idra.
Okay. So I'm an intelligent person, and I've noticed that the beams can't affect you if you're in the eye. So I would have to assume that the beam is somewhere, the cone is somewhere either just affecting me, it looks like.
Yes. Well, that and the sizzling and the laughter. We know he's somewhere over in the northwestern quadrant.
Take a chance. I'm gonna move here. Actually, I'm gonna move I'll move to here. Does my darkness appear?
Get up there. There we go.
Darkness appears, and the beams came from somewhere over here, right?
Yep.
Great. All right, I'm going to use an action I don't use very often. I'm going to shoot 3 different beams, one here, and then one to here.
Your Eldritch Blasting?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, make your rolls.
That needs to be a disadvantage. It's not going to matter. That first one.
It's a straight roll.
Oh, it's a straight roll. That's right.
He can't see you either. So 10
right.
misses, 24 hits.
That's the second beam that was going, what did I say, here?
Doesn't matter. Yeah, you got
The
him.
third goes here. Critical hit.
All right. All right.
Did any of it hit anything?
Yeah, the second and the third attack hit.
Okay, great. So that one and that one. Not great damage, but you guys now have an idea of where to start shooting. And
It cries
So-
out, "Ah!"
you're not blind in this because you have devil sight, right?
Zalt is stunned, but yeah, I can see.
Cool.
I go after him, so he's gonna move, and we're not gonna be able to do anything anyways.
All right,
That's
well, at the end of your turn, BELCHORZH will use his third and last legendary action, and we're going to Rana. You're the only person I can see.
Yeah.
Hey, Rana, want to work for me?
No, but let's see what Rana thinks.
Yes.
No. Yes.
Oh.
The blessing.
Thank you, God.
Let's go, baby.
Which
Oh.
gods?
Gods for the win.
All right, Ursk.
Ursk is gonna crawl down to where Dangerous is.
Where's dangerous?
Or not Dangerous, but Zolt.
You're seeing ghosts.
Hey, you can see in
Yeah.
darkness too, like magical darkness.
No,
He knew where you were,
He
though.
rolled with disadvantage.
You haven't moved since you
18
were
and
there, and
18.
he's
That's true.
watching you.
I'm stunned. That doesn't affect my AC, right?
Oh, well, it means he's not at disadvantage. It's a straight roll.
Okay.
So the first attack would hit you.
Yeah. The 24 would hit. The 18 does not.
Is stunned and incap too? It's not auto crit, right? That's just specifically
That's
incap.
specifically for incapacity.
Yeah.
I don't
Okay.
know.
All right,
Paralyzes
so
them.
you're gonna take 14.
Yep, can do.
Right? Rana, who does not work for the beholder.
But I do move very slowly. Am I in an anti-magic field at the moment?
Nope, because you got lasered. You can't get lasered in the magic field.
Oh, yeah. Cool. I can take an action or a bonus action, right?
Yep, but not both.
That works. Great.
I also think you get to repeat the save at the end of your turn.
Yeah.
Slow. At the end of each of your turn, you can repeat the save.
Yeah. I think Rana will just try and murder this guy with the power of my Wand of Wonder.
Yes.
I shouldn't do this, but I want to.
Yes, unleash the chaos.
I don't know. Point at his face, and I'll cast Wand of Wonder. 70.
You cast Fireball! All right, 8d 20-foot radius. Hold on a second. Wait a minute.
Don't know if that gets me.
I don't know about you, but
It gets just Ursk.
well, Ursk. And it's not him hurting Ursk, so sorry. Still charmed.
Okay, so
All
you
right.
want to roll?
Roll your 8d6. Did you do that already? No. There it is.
26.
26. All right, so BELCHORZH will make his save.
He's just using that one.
If you want me to. Do you want me to use in that one?
I think this is a good opportunity for it. Does anyone object?
I feel like this is not a very impactful save, but I don't object necessarily.
It's the most damage he'll take.
Fair.
Let's make him use the net one.
Okay, you got it.
Does he use
Nat
legendary
one.
resistance?
I will take all 26. And then Ursk will need to make his check whenever he returns. Someone just remind him, because I might.
Alright. And then it's a wisdom. What kind of save is it for?
It was
Dex
slowing,
15. Oh, I'm not sure.
Dexterity for the slowing ray.
Dexterity 21. Yep.
I'm not going to be able to get out of this.
No, not with that roll.
I'm going to be stun locked by this thing. Kid.
All right. Well, after Rana, it goes back to BELCHORZH. Let me just. That's annoying. Because I have to open my eyeball so I can murder people, and by people I mean the one that hit me. Well, okay, here let me put that. No, we'll get rid of it because that's where we'll end up at. But right now, you still have magic, because Rana was the one that hurt me the most. So Rana, you're gonna get it. Sorry. Bam, bam, bam. So first, we're gonna hit you with the paralyzer. Oh, I also take 4. I can't forget my 4 from the goopy acid.
Yeah, that's 2 crit fails in a row. Let's see if I can get 3.
Uh-oh. What?
I'm paralyzed and I'm slowed.
Isn't paralyzed one where you auto fail dex?
I only fail certain saves. So what are the other 2?
The other 2, one was a 9, which is a dex save, which I think you fail.
Yep, so I take 45.
Take 45. And then the last one. Hey, you're still slowed.
Oh no, I'm double slowed.
Double slowed. You've been stopped.
Oh, okay, I'm back. Sorry.
You've been
Rana hit you
fireballed.
with a fireball. You need to
Who hit me
roll
with a fireball?
Rana.
He was in
Nice.
darkness. He doesn't know.
Yeah, you were in dark. You don't know. It's just you got hit by fire.
Huh, good enough. Nope.
He was probably Zol.
26.
Yep, 26 fire. Okay, and then we hear him grumbling and cursing to himself as he floats through the chamber to somewhere in the southern hemisphere of the arena.
He just
And
next
then-
to me.
And you might be. We never really did establish BELCHORZH's gender. It's a they.
Oh yeah, we should just call out. What are your pronouns, please, sir?
BELCHORZH, almighty beholder. Fair. Zolt?
So I'm
Yeah.
still. So the beam is on us right now. The
Yes,
cone
the
is-
darkness has went away.
Okay.
Zolt's gonna go over here and then over here. Because the darkness has gone away. And then gonna go 5 more. Wait, I'm still in range, right? 'Cause he's got freaky arms.
Yes. If
I
you
had
step...
to make it. No, it's only when attacking. It's not for reaction.
Oh,
13
yeah.
does not
He already
hit,
missed
so
it.
I'm bing chillin', as they say.
Also,
And-
you have stepped out of the anti-magic zone.
Oh, here? I'm safe here?
Yeah.
Oh. Huh. Okay. Well, I'm gonna want to wander down towards here then.
All right. Wait. Oh, stunned until the start of your next turn. What is a 10?
Yeah.
What is a 10?
I think it's the same thing again.
No. Oh. You cast Fairy Fire.
Oh wow!
Here we go. Hit it.
Dex save.
Fucking go.
Ooh,
Man, if only we could guarantee a
Uh,
1 right now. It's okay, though.
If only we
Okay,
still had
and
that
you
nat
targeted
one.
this
He-
square. Oh man, that's not cool. That is
Yeah.
not cool. Yeah, good thing you don't have that nat 1 anymore.
No, I think it's okay. It's bad with dex saves, right?
It is bad with dex saves.
Got a plus
maybe,
2.
maybe this is where I break out my first Lego resistance. I did not get the minimum 15 for the Wand of Wonder.
Nope.
BELCHORZH becomes visible.
Woo!
We finally get to see our tormentor.
We finally get advantage to hit him.
I still can't see him though. So I'm guessing he's on the other side of the ball.
Yeah,
Yes,
he's on the exact other side of the ball.
Perfect.
Oh.
Well, I still have movement, so I'm gonna keep using movement until I
But-
can see him.
So not only is he visible, but also Fairy Fire gives you advantage.
Yup.
Shit. Shit.
I don't think I have the thing where I can sorcery as a bonus action yet. Or the meta magic, sorry. Yeah, I don't yet. So for a bonus, I don't think there's anything I can really do other than like a healing word.
Just don't mind this. Wand of Winder. That's ridiculous.
What is coming in clutch this session?
I know. I can't believe the Fairy Fire from the wand. That is so just blowing my mind.
I'm a level with you. Fairy Fire is the only thing I knew it could do, because I don't know. I haven't read the sheet of it. That's why you can't see it. But it added it to my spell sheet when I originally added it. It's the only spell I know it can do.
Oh,
But yeah, I'm gonna healing word. That's a bonus action, right?
healing word.
On myself.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Wow, 5. Well, I have a feeling the Earth's about to come pummel me, so I'd like to be healthy for it.
You're finished, right?
And Yes, that's my turn.
Because I've already rolled for the random ray he's going to use against you. Need a wisdom save, please.
Yes. Charm. Oh man, if only I was good at wisdom. Man, it's a good thing I rolled 21.
Fucking blessing, dude. That what you mentioned. Oh, it's killing me. It's killing me, Dark. Why did you do this?
I was gonna say, can we get his name again, please?
That's like the fourth
Or Erna?
time. The fourth time you passed because of the one bonus. All right, Godfried is petrified. So it goes to it would go to Idra, but I have a legendary action for the end of Godfried's turn. Zult. Really annoying. I need you to slow down.
Man, could you just like give me a break?
Nope. That's that. You get the stop sign. Alright, Idra, carry on.
All right.
I already know what's gonna happen. Let me get
Would I
this
be able
ready.
to use this within the cone?
Magically teleport.
Actually, okay, magically. That's right. It says more than magically. My bad. All right, that's no big deal. Ready? I'm assuming I'm in darkness at this point.
Whoop.
Not that it matters, but
Oh god.
all right.
Doesn't it
Yeah.
though?
What?
Doesn't it though? Because he can't see you.
Well, yeah, he can't see it.
But
and,
it already had advantage because of fairy fire.
yeah, but this is just
All
extra
right.
attack. No, they can't see all three of us. Sorry, Ron. You.
But we know that you gonna shoot him. Do it.
I can't move out of the dark. It's so too slow.
Alright, yeah, it's a hit.
And hit. Because
Yep.
+1.
Actually, his AC's not 20 anymore either because he's not invisible. His AC is 18.
Okay, great.
Yeah, so
So
2
you can-
hits.
15.
Oh man, my boy's going down fast.
Good.
Wait, what's
And-
the blue? I'm not marked anymore. Get that out of here.
30.
Godfrey's been petrified like 3 rounds.
Yeah. All right, I'm done. Yeah.
Use alt 1, 2. No, your turn is my last legendary action, so I'm gonna. I guess I would just throw some hate at Godfrey. You know, like he's petrified. He could wake up. Hey, statue Godfrey, I'm gonna throw you.
You can't. He weighs more than he did before.
Damn it, you're right. I can't do anything.
Don't break statue Godfrey.
I tried. I was hoping for the innervate or the disintegrate. Anyway, carry on, Ursk. Carry on.
Just gonna move to here. As you can't. He's gonna swing blindly.
Mm-hmm.
Poor goddamn soul.
Oh, look at that! I missed. Isn't your AC 24 Zolt?
It's 21.
21.
It goes 26 with a shield, but I don't think I get reactions because I'm a stop sign.
You do not get reactions because
Yep.
you got stop sign.
Yeah, so it's like,
Yeah.
I would like to shield, but stop sign.
Yeah. 17.
I took minus 17 there, right? No, definitely not.
I don't know.
No,
I don't
you're
think-
you haven't
I think-
taken any damage yet. You're still at 58.
Was I not at higher than 58 a second ago?
I was pretty sure you were at 58.
Mm,
Someone
There we go.
So Ursk, are you finished?
First we'll move to there and end his turn.
Oh, I went minus 17 on my AC.
Oh, rip.
Don't do that.
I also have to say this. You're concentrating on fairy fire.
Isn't the wand concentrating on fairy fire?
No, it says you cast fairy
No,
fire.
yeah. When you cast spells from an item, you still have to concentrate.
Can I concentrate on the spells while I'm slowed?
Yes.
Yes.
But you
Okay.
need to make a con save right now because you just got bunked.
Isn't that pass though? Because it's
That's-
11. And it's half or 10, right?
Yeah.
Half of 17 is less than 10.
Ah, damn it.
So maths.
Yay.
Ooh.
So, fun fact, my move speed is halved. I'm a dwarf, so I have a 25-foot move speed.
You can't
I
leave the
can't
darkness.
I can't get out of the darkness.
That's okay. Would you
I'm
rather?
too
in the
slow. I guess.
Man,
You know what? Does it have to be a creature I can see? Nope. Wanda Wonder again.
We'll point it towards where you last shot it. Good plan.
Like,
It worked out
F it.
last time.
why not? I could Scorch a Grate, but I want to do this.
Lick it.
71. Is that Fireball again?
I think 70 is a fireball.
It's Fireball!
Fireball. What is this?
I was like, oh, I must have misidentified this. This is clearly a wand of fireballs.
Truth.
All right. I failed. They're taking 33. Oh my god. What is this? BELCHORZH is bloodied.
Good.
And
All right.
that's
Dex
BELCHORZH's
save.
turn.
Please don't be slowed. God damn it.
Let's see.
It's
We're gonna
wisdom for.
No, it's Dex.
It's Dex.
The slowing ray is Dex. Don't ask me why.
All right.
Yeah.
We're gonna cut this. We're gonna finesse this stream. You can see my cone. We're gonna move here. We're gonna turn and look in that direction. And when we're gonna take this piece of shit and move it out of the way. Oh, I can see people. I can see that butthole right there. Hey, Zolt. Time to meet your maker. Ah, that's a fear ray. I don't want you to be afraid of me. You're already afraid.
No, he's right.
I'm spooked.
Okay. Fear is gonna be the little Holly Wolf thing. And then, nope, I can't roll 3 again. 7
On Zolt?
on Zolt.
Yes, let's go. Do it. 7 on Zolt. I can't go to sleep by magic. Suck it.
Suck it.
The inner
Wait
workings
a
of this
minute. We
beholder's
already
mind.
established there is no it to like. What are you talking about? Zolt doesn't
Wait,
have
I mean-
genitals. That's canon from his
Oh.
mouth. It's-
That's true. I don't even have the bag of balls anymore.
And once again, he's thrown about like a yo-yo.
You've got rid of your sack of balls.
a strength save.
Yeah, I suppose.
It's a fail, and we don't have any more like
we wouldn't do it.
favor the gods. No more. Cool. We're gonna throw you, bam, 30 feet in that direction. You will take. I gotta move this. Gotta keep moving stuff. 16 bludgeoning damage, and then you will make a con save to get rid of this accursed fairy fire.
I rolled it, but it takes a second.
Woo!
For the record, I have a +8 to con, so
8.
Yeah.
Have to
Yeah.
crit
Oh.
fail.
I
I
forgot to
have
take
to
my
crit fail.
4
Yeah.
damage for the acid.
My acid. Yep, very important.
The acid.
Thank you for remembering.
No, it will definitely come into play.
I mean, it's been
I have no
12, 16 damage so far from the acid. That was all 3 of my beams. So now it goes to Zolt.
So
Please kill him.
Okay.
Or
So I'm
don't.
afraid of him.
You're afraid of me.
So,
You cannot move
Zero-
closer,
just no.
and all of your attacks are with disadvantage.
but he's very fired, so it's neutral.
Truth.
So
You're right.
I
Yeah,
could
it's
just
just
click this
straight
button
roll.
3 times.
You can, and you hit twice.
Oh, right. And I'm slowed, so I can't bonus action. So I didn't forget to cast Hex Blade's Curse. I just couldn't do it.
That's
This
right, you
wasn't me
could not.
forgetting to cast the spell.
No.
Give
me some damage.
Yeah.
Show me what you got.
And then I attempt the save to be unslowed, which is a dex save. Nope. I'm still stop sign.
So
And that is my
minus
turn.
25. Hold on, don't push.
Yeah.
Don't get excited because I got one of these. Because you take your turn immediately following him. Hey, Zolt.
You're gonna throw me around again. I got you.
Yeah, I am. I'm gonna toss you some more.
Yeah, you're definitely gonna toss me some more.
All right. We're gonna keep getting you closer. We're gonna slam you into this wall now. Wham! And
Let's see some more of the fireballs.
and we're gonna 3d6 you for 10 more damage and another con save.
Yeah,
He can't fail the concept. On
I can fail a
this.
con save.
He has to crit fail.
I have to crit fail.
Ah, boo. Boo.
Well, even if you roll a 1, it's a 9, and
No, yeah.
Yeah,
Crit
only a
fail
plus
is only
one,
for
but-
attacks. That doesn't matter.
Yeah, because he's a +1 from the blessing that saves it. Gotcha.
I have to hit him with big damage or knock him unconscious. That's the plan.
Yeah, I was just thinking it's possible for him to roll a 9. It's not.
Godfried,
It's a
it is
+1.
your turn. Oh, what's that? You're done? Alrighty then. Second legendary action. Ooh! Oh.
Well, Zalt's gonna join Dangerous in a second here.
Seems like it.
As long as you pass the save. If you pass the save, you take no damage.
Narp.
Okay, mind the last sentence. Zolt, if that reduces you to 0, you are
Yup.
dead.
Well, Zalt is dead.
Zolt.
Give us one last Zolt is dying.
I can't. I was too afraid, and then I just was dead.
Zalt is dying.
All right.
It seems fitting there was a 12% chance and you died on a 12 deck save.
Really, it was a 13, but you know.
Are you What's an 8?
Well, Godfrey can't come back now. We have no way of bringing him. So we might as well pull him tracker too.
I have Dispel.
Oh, you can dispel him out.
You're a little late there, guy. we'll put that to use somewhere else, okay?
Later.
All right. Anyway, that was the end of Godfrey's turn. Idra.
So is invisible again or no?
Yes. Yeah, Zolt died. He was the one concentrating on the fairy fire. So it is now once again invisible.
All right, I'm gonna move to here. I'm still in the cone.
Oh, you have to check it. Pretty sure that was where I had said it earlier. Yes, that is. Okay, there you are. You are still in the anti-magic field.
Here.
Nope, now you are not.
It's a straight roll, but he probably has partial cover from here.
Yeah, he's kind of tucked around the corner, but he is also quite large. Oh, he's invisible. So you wouldn't know
Yeah.
that he... Yeah. All right.
Well, that's what was last time. He hasn't moved. He hasn't had a turn to move. So I'm just gonna shoot where I last saw him. He can't see me. I can't see him. So straight roll.
Yeah.
So
Sure, go for it.
21
It's a hit.
and a 24.
Also a hit.
Roll
11,
that.
22.
I think I moved 25 feet so far. I'm actually going to move another step further, actually into the full darkness of the hallway. So I'm invisible, outside of my darkness, which is still up. So if you want to put the darkness circle on me again, that'd be great.
Yeah, I don't think I've dealt any damage to you.
Nope. And that's my turn. You want to do something at the end of it, go for it.
I do. I have one more legendary action. Anna's in the field. Ursk is currently on my side. Godfrey, man, I'm gonna try to finish the job. No. Hey, in case you ever do wake up, you work for me. For an hour. It doesn't
Okay.
even matter. Does not matter. Alright, Ursk. Look, a dwarf!
Okay. Oh, yes.
$20 hits.
Oh. Does an 18 hit?
18 does. You're with the blessing.
Now you get to feel my frustration.
First, we'll go there and end his turn.
Rana getting slammed to the back, watching Zolt, disintegrate. Just a little pissed at this point. Puts down the Wand of Wonder, pulls out his arcane firearm, and just says, kaboom.
Then another fireball? Is that what just happened? What are you doing?
I'm casting Fireball, but I have arcane firearm, so I get extra damage.
I think I died.
Why did it say Dispel Magic?
Well, I mean, I'm surprised none of you tried to dispel the invisibility earlier.
Or dispel the charm.
Or dispel the charm. Or the petrify, so Godfried was back in it. Yeah, 27. With that, BELCHORZH passes on. You hear his tormented cry as he gurgles into the afterlife. And with that, we're going to clear the tracker. Since no one is currently dying, only dead. Charm will wear off as you are no longer. There's nothing for you to charm by. He's still petrified.
I will just walk over and try and dispel. Do I need to make a check?
Yes, you do.
Okay. Can I put guidance on myself before I make this check?
Sure.
Okay.
That's not gonna get it.
And
14
I will
isn't
Flash
gonna
of
get it.
Genius. I'll do Flash of Genius.
Oh, 11. What's flash?
+5, so it's 16.
Sure. 16 will do it.
Yeah.
And with all that being done, you are free to explore the alcove surrounding the room to take all of its treasures. There is a ton of coin. So much that I don't even think you are able to realistically carry it all. Most importantly, you see a golden crown shaped like an octopus that has pearls in their eyes. That's probably very valuable. And there's also several potions and items as well. A potion of diminution, a bead of force, and a bronze +1 shield shaped like a screaming devil's face. And then there's, of course, the skeleton with the shape cut into its head. We've already collected a few of those, or encountered a few of those. And then, as we kind of take stock of our party in shambles, there's the matter of Zolt's quickly disintegrating body.
Sure, Grady.
And died again. Or did your friend died? Sorry, your friend died.
Yeah, I didn't really know him. I knew him for like 3 days.
That's
It's sad. He seemed neat.
He seemed like a good being.
Everyone I know is dead, so
I seem to be in that same boat. And everyone I know of that I'm aware of is not alive. Well, so we've got some things here.
To rest if we get out of here.
I'm gonna try and see if I can take like his faceplate and see if I can,
His face.
or does that disintegrate?
Sure.
Actually, yeah, he got hit with a death ray, not a disintegrate ray, right?
Right, he wasn't disintegrated, so he should be fine. His body should be there.
It was a death ray.
Yeah, it wasn't disintegrate. Death ray just kills him. It doesn't destroy the body.
I'm telling you, the body is destroyed.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
I'll take the mask, and
If we get out of here, at least we can try and lay a part of him to rest.
Or if we
Sure.
fix it, we might be able to bring it back to life.
Touching eulogy for our downed friend.
No, the only one.
I know. Dangerous is gone. Maybe he's in a better place.
They
But
at least
with-
get to meet again in the afterlife. Totally the afterlife. Definitely the afterlife.
With that, we are gonna end our stream today. And would you believe it? That was the thing that would award the milestone. We killed BELCHORZH the Beholder, and are now there are no barriers between us and level 4 of the Tomb of the Nine Gods. Thank you all for coming and hanging out. I hope you had fun. If you enjoyed the stream, make sure you hit that follow button. If you haven't already, join us in the Discord. We hang out there throughout the week. It's where you need to be if you want to get involved and play some D&D yourself. And can't wait till next week. It's going to be a lot of fun. Bye, everyone.